Take it to trial. Take it to trial. Welcome in, grab a seat, hit the like and subscribe. The Sweet Peas on the mic with that spicy little vibe. Got the courtroom streaming in the chat, going wild. We're debating heavy topics, but still laughing like a child. From objections to confessions to the judge's side eye. If it's justice and it's messy, we gon' talk about why. Every day's a new case, every moment's a ride. And when Sweet Peas in the building, we be learning with pride. My eyes on deck, keep the room running smooth. Film freak therapist, you know, keeping everyone in the groove. Writer with the facts, pretty brown girl with the sass. Moreldia and Fowler keep the peace in the chat. But Jason walks in and the ladies collapse. Chocolate. Take it to trial, where the truth gets loud and the laughs run wild. Sweet Peas got the spice, she's the queen of the aisle. Chat fam rolling deep, we've been here a while. Lights on, mics up, we gon' do this right. Take it to trial, every day, every night. Take it to trial. Morning shows are sharp, afternoon is on fire. And we catch every moment that the court might inspire. From witnesses whispering, the lawyers trying to hard. You know Sweet Pea breaks it down like a legal tarot card. Chats cracking jokes, dropping theories on the fly. We're serious when it counts, but we still testify. Minds hold it down when the trolls try to play. If you're out of line, court adjourned for the day. But when Jason logs in with that deep hello sound, the ladies in the chat, man, they all fall down. Take it, 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 take it to trial, where the truth gets loud and the laughs run wild. Sweet Peas got the spice, she's the queen of the aisle. Chat fam rolling deep, we've been here a while. Lights on, mics up, we gon' do this right. Take it to trial, every day, every night. Take it to trial. When the sun goes down and the cases get deep, after dark gets spicy, no secrets to keep. Taboo topics, big laugh, slap, happy crew. Sweet Pea says behave, but we never really do. It's opinions, confessions, stories untold, but we handle it with heart like the chat made of gold. Hey! Take it to trial, from day to night and every wild mile. Sweet Peas nearly strong with her trademark style, and the fam in the chat always makes it worthwhile. Turn it up, show some love, hit the like on sight. Take it to trial, yeah, we live tonight. Take it to trial, yeah, we live tonight. Take it to trial.
Hey, 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 happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday fun day. Hopefully it's a fun and relaxing day for everybody. Welcome in. I know this one to vote on Discord in regards to watching the interrogation video of our girl. No, I shouldn't say our girl. That's probably a bad choice of words. My bad. Don't take that. Take it for what it is. I've never seen it. So I did watch the trial. So I don't know who all watched the trial when it happened, but I did watch the trial. I did not see like all the stuff leading up to the trial or anything afterwards. Like I even was able to find some like jail calls and stuff, but we'll see. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. Did you get to see the replay? Oh, just sham. They had me on. I was on one. I couldn't do nothing but go to bed. But it was so much fun. It was so nice to celebrate and absolutely celebrate with them. I couldn't ask for anything more in that regards of just hanging out with them and doing everything. When we reached that milestone and be able to get some give backs and stuff. So, you know, we did some games and kind of went down memory lane. So it was awesome. It was fun. And yeah, I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to go to bed. I may have a hangover tomorrow. They like to see me out here getting shit faced. That's what they like. That's why they like the After Dark special so much. You say it's usually you property or late. Ain't no telling. I ain't no telling. I got some slow birds. Sometimes they move fast. Sometimes they move slow. Who knows? Who knows? But the show must go on. Um, so we just gonna be kind of looking at. I just want to kind of react to her interrogation video, kind of look at it and see what it's about between her and I believe her son, like when this first happened. Because as I stated, I did not see any of this stuff, and I don't even recall seeing it in trial, but I'm pretty sure they showed something in trial. And since she is like the hot topic right now because of her appeal, I would like to see, which I don't even understand why she's doing, but she is. Yeah, I am going to. It's probably, I didn't put right here. Let me see. I'm just putting a thing on Discord to let them know it. I didn't put the time in there. I just kind of put the link to the video. So they may not know that it's live or what it is. I ain't put nothing in there. So that's my bag. But so I don't think that she'll win her appeal. The judge definitely feels like she is a liar, a habitual liar, and not, good for the soul, I guess I should say. When he's questioning her health and he asks important questions. If you did not see the second part to the hearing, it is posted on the website and it's her testifying, but the judge is asking her very important questions. Like, okay, if you have these anxiety attacks and they happen in the prison cell, then there has to be people around you, right? That will see this stuff, that will see these things happening. And she was like, yeah. And this judge, and I love him. I think he's awesome. He's going to go back and look. He is not playing with her with this BS. And our prosecutor, I got to get her name. Forgive me, but you talk about not letting up on her. She wouldn't let her get away with this because what Shanda is trying to do is she's trying to blame the victim. She's trying to blame Timothy or saying that there could be something reasonable that he was in a bad space or something like that, which is bull. Yeah, I said it. Bullshit. So I just wanted to go back and kind of look at, and I told them they can take me down this rabbit hole if they would like, but I don't know if we're going to go there, but we shall see at different points in times. Yes, I watched the replay Friday night after we got back from the Celtics. Oh, good. Did they win? So I assume right now you in Boston right now, Just Sham. You be all over the world. You be all over the world. Hey, Miss Love. How are you? Welcome in. She said, hey, sweet P. Oh my God. When that prosecutor asked her about the expert opinions, she definitely was not playing with her. No, she not playing with her. And then even when she was talking to her about the ice baths, did y'all see that clip? I was like, damn, this lady is cold-blooded. She basically said, look, the reason why he didn't have a longer ice bath before his death is because we ran out of ice. I couldn't believe she said that. And then she was like, that's a weird question. I was like, if you don't fix your face, I was like smacking her through the camera. I was like, if you don't fix your face. So yes, that was hilarious. I was like, oh gosh, she is not. And every time when it was like a redirect, a recross, she jumped right back up And she was like, I'm about to do it. I am not letting you get off that easy. You are not about to blame anybody else but you. You the one caused this. You the one did this. And so a lot of people, I noticed in the comment section up under the video, a lot of people are asking, like, what is she appealing? Like, why are we even here? So just so people will know, the reason why she's setting up this appeal, it is so horrible. The reason why she is setting up an appeal, guys, is because she is trying to claim that her attorney did not give her different options on her attack of her case. So that's why they bringing in that source. I can't figure out a good way that I want to call this on. You know, they don't want you to say the real word. But the sewer slide of him. So they want to bring that in. They also want to revisit that maybe, you know, that's why he wasn't drinking any water, because he was trying to unalive himself. And he had been in the hospital prior because he was trying to commit this suicide. So she's saying that they didn't give her all the options. She said as soon as her attorney came to see her, he was like, look, you're going to have to testify. And you know how that went when she got up there and testified. But and nobody trying to be playing those games with her in regards to that. And even if she got a new trial, right, it's still the same outcome. And that's why I say I don't think that she gets this appeal. I don't think she wins this appeal. Hey, just Shamrock. Oh, you didn't be. You like I'll turn green today. Thank you. Oh, it's a musical concert. I'm thinking this is like a game or something. I'm like, did they win? I thought it was hockey. That's what I thought. Thank you so much for turning green. It matches your logo, right? Just Shamrock should always be green. Yes, it matches. Yeah, so I was like, when we listened to the hearing, you know, like whatever. Why are we wasting people's time? That's what I would like to know. And then I think some things, because her attorney, y'all know, he had some he was suspended because he had some ethical violations, and we found out about his ethical violations in the first hearing. And he was like, look, we were really, really busy during that period of time. You know, I could not get an expert to even actually testify anything. The one expert that I did have that was going to testify said that Sandra was a monster. So he couldn't even find nobody to testify for her, far as an expert. So that's kind of how that went. But I just don't think that he's going to do it. So what we're going to do is we are going to watch we're going to watch the interrogation. Her interrogation part, I want to say it's like more or less outside of the house from what I've seen. And I think they show some of Paul's interrogation. And we'll kind of look at it, and I just want to kind of see what was her demeanor right after she found her son. Because I know people said that they seen a video where they sat there and watched little Timothy take his last breath. And I haven't seen the video. I don't know where the video's at. I don't even know if I want to traumatize myself to that point. I don't think it's in this video that I'm gonna be showing us today, but Miss Love said, I feel she had total control of her case. Hell, she was writing briefs for the judge she worked for. Yeah. So that's the thing that the judge brought up. Like, look, you were either the judge brought it up or either the prosecutor. She was like, look, you were doing briefs for attorneys. You know how to do an ineffective counsel, right? She knows how to plead that stuff. So I don't know if this is just it seemed like it's just a play. I don't know. I'm so sick of her and her little twig braids. Y'all know she 47 years old running around with that mess in her head. I'm like, she should have just came in there like she did the last time, because last time she looked like a scallywag. I was like, the last hearing when she was like, she feel like garbage, she looked like a scallywag. And I was like, it fitting for her. And be sitting up on the stand talking about she ain't eat for 18 days, like somebody care about when the last time she ate. Girl, bye. I'm like, no. Okay. Well, without further ado, I am going to get us into this hearing because I want to see exactly what this looked like afterwards. And I told them, I told everybody in the chat on Friday that I would watch it with, we could watch it together if they wanted to watch it together. So we are going to watch. And let's see what this lady doing. Here we go, guys.
So I went down there and I said something. I didn't see him wake up, and I shook him and didn't respond.
Was he on the bed when you came down there?
Yes.
Your mother used you. She's so smart. She's smarter than any of us here. She's smarter than me. She's smarter than any detective here. She's smarter than our chief of police here. She's smarter than all of us.
On July 6, 2022, the Norton Shores Police Department received a call to assist with a medical emergency. Upon reaching the scene, officers encountered Shanda Van Ark, who reported that her teenage son was unresponsive. Emergency Medical Services, or EMS, was guided to the basement, where they assessed 15-year-old Timothy Ferguson. Unfortunately, Timothy's body had already begun to stiffen, and he exhibited no pulse. EMS declared Timothy deceased, establishing the time of death. The subsequent body cam footage captures the initial discussions between officers and Shanda, as well as her other son, Paul Ferguson.
Hello, ma'am. I'm Officer Stefanich. Right now, we got some people coming over to talk to you, okay? You have another son inside the house?
I do. Yeah.
Are they sleeping still right now?
One of them is, yeah. The 20-year-old's awake.
He's 20?
No, the 20-year-old's awake.
Okay.
He's been wearing really loose clothes the last couple of weeks.
He's really skinny.
He's really skinny, and I didn't notice till this morning because he wouldn't, like, I asked him if he's okay, and he would not answer me. Like, he's 15. He's been...
He has autism?
Yeah.
Like a high functioning?
Yeah. I had no clue how bad it was. Oh my God. Like I said, he did this back in my husband.
Oh my gosh. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Y'all, her face is dry as hell. First of all, that's the first thing that I see. Face dry, y'all. I just paused it so I can kind of look. And I swear, if I didn't know any better, I would have thought that what she just did, she was laughing. Like, how didn't you know? And you see what I'm saying? Like, this is like so like, like just cold to me, because they got all these text messages between her and her son. So they all know this. Hey, Marilda, happy Sunday. They know this. So for her to be acting like he 15, she didn't know, like, this is mind blowing. Hey, Susie. You say you watched this before? I've never seen it, Marilda. So I'm like going through this like clean, so I can kind of give y'all this my spot on what I'm thinking as I'm looking at this body cam footage. She is so troubling to me, and it's so irritating. And as you get evidence that comes out, and that's like with all of these cases, guys, we see how they reacting, like how she trying to downplay everything, right? But they're gonna find all the evidence. They're gonna find this stuff, right? Like, what are we doing? They're gonna find this, right? Yes, Susie, we just started the video of the interrogation. The rest of the stuff was just me talking about how terrible I was. Hey, Merelda, did you see my message that I sent you back this morning on your note that you sent? Well, your message that you put up under the thing. I wanted to see if you saw it in the video when we did the celebration thing on Friday. I had to tell everybody how when you first came, I couldn't say your name. Remember? I could not say Marilda for nothing. They had to send me voice notes and all types of stuff. And I was like, Marilda, you gonna, once I figured out her name, I was like, you gonna have to just keep coming back so I can know your name. And we've been stuck like glue. Yes. That was one of my little fondest memories on there. But you can get it live now since I didn't get a chance to, you didn't get a chance to hear it. But yes. I was like, y'all, because they don't, because a lot of people don't know, like when people came in. I know when you came in for the most part and what trials and what the situation was like. Like, I remember what the situation was like as anybody come in. But yes, I was like, yeah, I had to tell them how. I was like, and everybody was like, you couldn't pronounce Marilda? And I said, hell no, I could not. They had to send me a voice note. I was like, I wanted to say Marilda. I think I was saying something like that. I don't know what I was saying, but it was completely wrong. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put back on the video. Let's see what we got here. Yes. How funny. Good times. That's what I say. Like, even when I go back and I look at like all the little stuff that I couldn't do and couldn't figure out, because I just start, I can see how much I've like grown and how things is just a lot different. But okay, I won't rehash that. We'll talk about that again. I'll see what stuff I come up with when we hit 25. Okay, let's go back into her video of her not crying.
Stroke was January 3rd. Mm-hmm. So he did this back in, I don't know, second week of January for almost 3 weeks. And then he ate something last night. I can't remember what it was now. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Where's your husband now?
He's down at his parents' house because he can't get in our house because of this drunk. He can't get up the stairs.
Oh.
And nobody's answering the phone at their house.
You can go back in the house if you want, but I can't. I gotta keep the basement secure. You can't go down there, okay?
I get it. I had no idea. I would have taken him in or something.
Now, you said the last time you saw him was 5:30 this morning?
Yeah.
Did he say anything?
He had fallen out of bed.
At 5:30?
Yeah.
You sure it wasn't earlier?
I mean, it's possible. I thought it was 5:30, but I wasn't super awake. I heard a thump, and I came down, and he's kind of laying on his side, kind of like, what the heck? And I reached out. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Sorry. Oh my god. Yeah. And I reached out and he pulled himself up, and I asked him if he's okay, and I just asked if he hit his head. He said, no, I think I hit my knees on my chest. I think he couldn't tell me how he fell. Oh my god. No, I don't know what to do. Oh my god. He said it was okay. And then,
do you have other family here in town?
well, in West Olive, but they're not answering. Yeah. My father-in-law's an attorney.
Best thing to do is surround yourself with family. Help you get, because right now you're going through it by yourself, and you get overwhelmed.
I have no idea. How could I have missed that? He's been wearing baggy. I mean, he's wearing a hoodie for crying out loud, and I just didn't. His face didn't look like that. What the heck?
Now, what's your first name, ma'am?
Shanda, Shanda.
And what's your last name? Is it Ferguson also?
No, it's Vander Ark. Vander space capital ARK. No, that's why I asked him to eat last night, because his face started looking a little thin. I'm like, okay, enough. And he wouldn't show. I'm like, let me see. Hold your shirt up. And he wouldn't hold his shirt up. He wouldn't do anything.
Did he get real skinny last time too?
Yes. The only reason I know is because my 7-year-old walked in on him accidentally when he was in the shower downstairs. And then my 7-year-old comes up and he's like, Mama, Timothy's really skinny. I was like, oh.
Was that this time or last time?
That was last time. That was like first week of February is when DC discovered that. And I told him he was either going to start eating multiple times a day, or I was taking him to the hospital, and he didn't want to go to the hospital. So he
ended up eating on his own.
Yes.
Okay. And then, so this last time, was it because your husband's wasn't home?
Well, he hasn't been home since January 3rd, but he had a grand mal seizure. God, it's been 3 weeks ago now. And it was right after that, he actually mentioned he was hungry the day his dad and stepmom called to tell us they were divorced and moving to Florida last week.
Where do they live?
They lived in Oklahoma, but they moved to outside of Jacksonville, Florida, and they're not answering their phone either. Okay.
And that's his biological father?
Yeah. Yeah. He moved up here with us last May because his dad couldn't handle him. And he's been great. I mean,
last May, like as in May of last year or this year?
Yeah, May of last year.
Okay.
May of last year.
And he goes to school and everything he was?
I've been homeschooling him online because it's high functioning. He's just done better at it. I can show you his grade report online. I've got all it's online.
Okay. Is he doing okay?
Yeah, he was failing math, which is not unusual, but he's passing everything else.
So, I mean, it looks like they stay in a pretty decent neighborhood. I don't know what this stuff she is spewing in regards to. Was she married at the time? Hey, Claire. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I don't know. I called her a scallywag, so I don't know. She a scallywag in my mind. And definitely hugs to you. All is well. Look, I'm back. I'm back. So you guys, so this is like where things really concern me in regards to this. Okay, first of all, was she married at this time? Because she said that her husband had a seizure. He was in the hospital. What am I thinking here? And then now, okay, she's saying that he was wearing baggy clothes, but she didn't know his face was, but she's homeschooling them. I mean, right here, when you're listening to her, when they're first coming to talk to her, everything seems off. And I bet you, I wonder how long it took them to arrest her. Probably the next day. They probably arrested her this day because everything sounds so off. Now, the date of this is July the 6th, 2022. Nothing that she's saying so far makes any type of sense. This lady has not shed one tear. You say, scallywag, put me right there. Okay, so she was talking about her son had a seizure. Okay, so he had a seizure. And did she take him to the hospital? Oh, she ain't even shed no tear. And you know what I noticed? If y'all can remember, if anybody was for going with us with the Corey Richards case, this is kind of the same thing that Corey Richards did. Hands in her face all the time. Her face is in the, palm of her hand, so you can't tell if she crying or not, because between she want to, do this, and maybe she's, trying to pretend like she's wiping away tears or whatever the case may be, and then she comes up with a dry face. go down and back. And that's the same thing Corey did. I just I hope they arrested her right then. I got her Michigan file up here because I wanted to see exactly when she was arrested. Let me see. I'll look in the file and see if I can tell when she was actually arrested. But yeah, she is just like, I was gonna start this early Sunday, and then I was like, no, I really don't want to be that mad early in the morning. So I couldn't start it too early. But yeah, here we go.
What's his date of birth?
8/6 of 2006. I tried to check it in the last few days, and he just wouldn't let me anywhere near him. He didn't want a kiss, a hug, nothing.
Probably didn't want you to give him a hug because then you could tell that
I
he
would have
was.
known. I told him he was stumbling a little bit last night, but he's not the most coordinated kid in the world. And he said he was okay. And then he ate
So what was the last time he ate, you think?
last night. No, Gabriel, keep him up there. He ate toast.
There's two. There's a 7-year-old and a 20-year-old.
The 7-year-old was asleep. I guess he's not now. Oh my God. I should have made him eat. I just know. I feel like such a failure.
You are.
I see there's food in the house. Oh my God.
Where does he sleep at? Right there in that room?
That loft bed.
Okay. So notice there's another loft bed in another
Yeah, that's
room.
my 7-year-old, but he's been sleeping with me since the youngest is my husband's and mine.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been sleeping with me since his daddy had a stroke.
Okay.
Because he's scared. And I offered to let Timothy move in there but he wanted to stay in his bed. Oh my God. No. I should have made him eat. I should have done something. Can they really hide that from you like that?
They can hide a lot of things from
Oh
you.
my gosh. Yeah.
What's your date of birth, ma'am?
3/13 of 79.
What's your phone number?
I'm sorry. Area code.
Okay. You can call it. You can make some calls if you want again.
I'll try again in a minute. I'm sorry. I don't know what
No,
to do.
nothing I can say could help you through this. It's the best thing is to do is just bring your loved ones in and just.
His baby brother doesn't know what's going on, and I'm gonna have to tell him eventually, but I don't want to yet. Oh my gosh.
Well, we have to investigate every death. So I can't let anybody go in the basement for now.
Okay.
A medical examiner is going to be coming here in a little bit.
I'm sorry, it's a little cluttered down there, but
You're fine.
I'm sure y'all have seen a lot worse.
Okay. You're probably going to get asked the same questions multiple times. So I'm sorry for that.
Oh, it's fine. I just, like I said, I feel like I just missed something.
So if you want
How
to,
did he hide that from me? How did he do that? Oh. I work in White Cloud.
mm-hmm.
So
Well,
I
that's
love
a long
my
way.
job. I'm law clerk to the circuit court judge up there. I love my job, but yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God. How did this happen?
Pardon?
Where does he sleep?
Down there, right there in that room.
So that's
The bed up there.
Yeah.
You see the pillow and the blanket and stuff?
He sleeps on the top bunk?
Yeah, it's a loft. There's no on a bunk. There's
Okay.
stuff underneath it.
Oh, it's like a desk on the underneath?
Yeah, well, yeah, the desk got broken, but there's boxes underneath it.
So you heard him fall.
Yeah.
That woke you up?
Yeah.
And you went down there and he was.
And I helped him up. I asked him if he wanted something to eat because he the first time I noticed anything on even his face was last night. And he said, "No, I'm not hungry." I said, "Did you hit your head?" And I checked his head to make sure he didn't have anything. I noticed he has some scratches on his face. I'm like, are you okay? No, I'm fine. And then I watched him get back up on his bed. And then I went back upstairs. And then I woke up and wanted to check on him this morning when I was getting ready for work. So I went down there and I said something. I didn't see him wake up, and I shook him and didn't respond.
Was he on the bed when you came down there?
Yes.
And then you pulled him down and started CPR?
Yes.
Okay.
I called 911. My 20-year-old was getting up because I was going to drop him off at work early because his e-bike has a flat tire. Oh my gosh. I should have noticed this. I should have seen this. Oh my gosh.
All right.
No.
We have people coming to talk to you called victim services. They'll help you through
Thank you.
the grieving process because
Please. I don't. He's really good at hiding stuff. That's part of the reason his dad couldn't handle him is because he kept lying about stuff.
how old is he?
15.
15?
He'll be 16 in August.
Okay.
But his dad texted me last May and said, I can't handle him anymore. I have to send him to live with you. And I'm like, yeah, sure, absolutely.
Why was that? What did he do that?
He was lying to him. He was destroying things.
Is he hard to deal with?
I don't think so, but I'm stricter than his dad.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that, I mean, he's the lying's been a problem. But nothing major.
Yeah, nothing crazy.
No. He's
All teenagers lie.
He's tripped down the stairs a couple of times, like just half the flight. And then later he came back to me, admitted he did it intentionally. But I've asked him, I'm like, you're trying to hurt yourself? He's like, no, I just wanted to see what would happen. That's the way a lot of times he wants to see what would happen if he does stuff.
I mean, this is wild. Like me hearing this and knowing what we know now, like this is so wild. I can't believe the things that are coming out of her mouth. It's like, okay, so he used to trip down the stairs all the time. You know, dad couldn't handle him, so he sent him to live with me. You know, I'm assuming that she was trying to use this fall off the bed excuse. Maybe he hit his head, and that's why. And that's why he passed away. Like, this is so sickening. And if she's a law clerk, she can kind of understand. She doesn't even have to be a crime junkie. She should understand that, you know, they're going to find her text messages. They're going to find these things, whatever the case may be. So even if we get past all of this, you know, the text messages that you were sending, right? You know they're going to be discovered, right? Like, who does this? She does. And sitting up there asking for a new trial. Why won't she just take her L? You decided that you wanted to, just so y'all know, what she also is trying to fight when she's looking for this appeal is not only in regards to her counsel, that she had ineffective counsel, but she's also trying to claim that, hey, I mean, I wasn't feeding him like I should have fed him. He did have access to the food. He did have access to water. So it's not that I just did not know that he was going to pass away from being starved to death. Like, I just didn't know that this was going to be the outcome. But his punishments were ice baths, you know, the hot sauce that she would give to him. And y'all know all the different directions that she gave it. I don't have to say. But who in their right mind does that? Like, how long did she think that she was going to be able to starve him or not feed him or him to not drink for him to be functioning? Like, at this point in time, all the stuff that she's seeing, him falling out the bed, him pushing her off, not hugging, is all BS, because he couldn't probably even get out the damn bed, right? Couldn't even get out of it. Not if he passing away. Like, no.
And oh my gosh.
And I guess he's prescribed ADHD medicine, but he's not taking it.
Yeah, because he wasn't able to sleep with it. And he was doing really well. And he asked me if he could not take it. And I said, okay. And it was killing his appetite. That doesn't help. He quit taking it about the time of the first hunger strike, because when he finally started eating, and he was.
But he did eat last night, you said?
Yes. He had some toast with butter on it. That's what he had. That's all he wanted to eat. He said his stomach was a little upset. He didn't want to eat anything else. Oh my gosh. I'm going to go check on the other kids.
Yeah, you can do that for sure.
I know my 20-year-old's got my 7-year-old, but still.
Nope, that's.
Hey. Paul. You okay up here? I'm sorry it's fluttered, Joel. I'm really sorry. Oh my God. I knew I should have made him eat, but he just went. Did you notice it was covering up with his clothing? You didn't notice, never mind. I love it here, but you never noticed.
Do you have a picture of him before he started losing weight?
Yeah. Let's see if I can find it. Nice pictures of him. Like a teenager.
You doing all right? Yeah, it's almost like you're in a daze. Like you don't know what's real and what's not. Hey, have you been talking to him at all recently?
I talked to him yesterday morning to get him up.
That was right basically when we started.
Okay, so how long ago was that?
Did you know that he was in this hunger strike?
I think did I tell you or not? I don't know if I did or not.
I don't think you did.
Because he's skin and bone.
I know, and I just, how did he?
He's really.
Well, he doesn't communicate with him hardly at all. Like they say hi and they don't. Yeah, he's.
Are you guys full brothers or half brothers?
They're full. The only half is the one that's in there.
Okay.
We are full.
Yeah.
I might as well get your name while I'm here. You're probably going to be asked this 1,000 times, but what's your first name, son?
Paul. Paul.
What's your middle name?
Byron. Byron.
And last name?
Ferguson. FARGUSON.
Nobody's answering the phone here.
What's your date of birth?
10th of April 2002.
You have your own phone number?
I recently got a new phone, so I want to put my new number.
Hold on, I'll find it for you.
And when was the last time you talked to Tim?
Yesterday morning when I was getting him up.
No, yesterday afternoon before I picked you up and took you to work because your e-bike tire was flat. You talked to him then.
I got off of work at 1
right.
this morning.
Has he talked to you recently about his problems at all, or what he's dealing with?
No, he never said a word to me.
Did you guys have normal conversations?
I think the last time we did was before all of this happened. After that,
They literally, because he works a lot and they
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And sometimes brothers will tell each other what
That's true.
they're not willing to tell their parents.
Why you went on hunger strike? I mean, I'm assuming you did.
He didn't even know anything about it, he said so.
Following their conversation with Shanda, officers turned their attention to the EMS crew that initially responded. A medic raised concerns about several peculiar observations. Notably, a webcam was discovered seemingly active, directed at Timothy's bed. Handcuffs were found in an open drawer, and Timothy's physical condition raised red flags. Being malnourished, with unusually small wrists and waist. Further examination revealed a skeletal appearance on his chest and back, accompanied by visible bruises. These unsettling details triggered suspicion among the officers. Seeking clarity, they requested Shanda's consent to search the home, but she declined. Subsequently, detectives secured search warrants, leading to the discovery of additional evidence that pointed towards a deliberate act rather than an accident. In an effort to unravel the events of that day, officers brought in Paul, Timothy's brother, for questioning.
That's a recording noise, just so that you're aware. I know there's some cameras in there, but the sound is kind of messed up. Gotcha. So
He looked real skinny.
I'll turn that on to you just in case it helps.
Okay, so now this is on 7-7.
You came down here with Officer Stephens, is that something? Yes. How did that kind of all transpire? I don't know how you ended up here.
I was, from what I know that my mother had come, I think, down here.
Okay.
Or something. It was something in court, or I don't exactly know the full details.
Okay.
But she left my stepfather's phone with me. I don't have any access to anything. The only thing that I would be able to do is if the person she's with, I think his name is Stephen or
Stanley.
Frank Stanley. Yes, thank you. If he would contact, I would be able to pick that up. But
Okay.
nothing else.
Were you supposed to work today, or
No,
so you didn't have work today?
no, I've got a couple of days off.
Okay. You go back Saturday, Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah, I think it's a morning shift.
Are you working 2 different jobs? Did you say you're working 2 different jobs?
No, I used to work 2 different jobs.
I heard you
when
say
I lived
that.
in Oklahoma.
Oh, okay. Because I think your brother was like, I want to work 2 jobs. And you're like, no, you don't.
No, 4 hours of sleep maximum was a nightmare.
That's a joke. That's not even funny, actually. Huh. Yeah, 4 hours doesn't sound like a lot to get anything done. What kind of jobs are you doing then?
Fast food.
Okay.
And I had one before, and then after I graduated from an alternative school early, I started a second one that was by my biological father's demands, basically.
Okay. Have you talked to him at all recently, biological father? Does he know what's going on? Or?
I don't think quite yet. Last time we talked to him was last week.
Okay.
He and my stepmother got a divorce. So they called and let us know about all that.
What is your relationship like with him? I mean, do you associate with him at all, or not really?
Not really. I found out that a lot of what he's told me about my biological mother up here was nothing more than blatant lies.
Okay.
He said that she didn't care for me, that she never wanted to see me, which were both lies. It was just, he's a control freak.
Okay.
So, and he's very manipulative.
Okay.
My stepmother's names were never even on anything for like paying bills or for school stuff. It was all him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he was very much in control of everything.
Yes. So, and, I know that night Timothy did eat because we had pizza. He had 3 slices.
I want to stop you for just a second because
sorry.
That's okay. I don't want to talk anything specific about the case just yet. Since the police showed up at your house and they brought you down here, I want to advise you some rights before we talk about that sort of thing. What I do want you to know, though, is that we went through the phones, okay?
Okay.
And we're beginning to go through the phones, and there's a lot of evidence in the phones, and I know that you're kind of aware of communication between yourself and your mother.
Yes.
And those sort of things. And that's kind of what I want to talk to you about.
Yeah.
But, I mean, certainly those are very serious things that you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
And I mean, from what I saw, it sounds like you're compassionate and that you cared about him, and you sent some pictures that were like, he's looking too skinny and we need to feed him. And, so sometimes you get frustrated, but at the end of the day, you kept coming back to caring. But the end result of that, he passed away, right? And he passed away from not eating food.
Yeah.
So I want you to be aware of this stuff, okay? So these are your Miranda rights, right? So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to talk to an attorney and the right to his presence before or during any questioning. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, you will be appointed at public expense to represent you before any questioning. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When we talk about, I just jump right into it.
Yeah.
I know that we talked yesterday. And
Yeah.
I know that not everything that we talked about was the truth yesterday. That's okay. You don't have to feel bad. You don't have to feel guilty about not telling the truth to me. Okay. I want you to just focus on yourself right now and think about what's best for you.
Yeah.
And try to get to the truth of what really happened, brother, because he deserves that. I mean, there's clearly a lot of messages about stuff that you guys are doing with him, about what he's eating, about restricting his food. How did that all work? What was he allowed to eat?
We stopped the food restrictions recently because we had noticed his then. We wanted to get that back on. We didn't want any of this. We never wanted him to be injured or hurt.
Okay.
I loved him so much.
Yeah, I can tell that. I can certainly tell that. When you say we, you're talking about your mother.
Yes, she loved him. We wanted what's best.
Yeah.
The thing is, he was stuck in the past.
Okay. So you stopped the food restriction. When did that kind of happen? Ballpark that for me.
2 weeks approximately. We were hoping that we could get enough where it would be safe, and then we could continue to add it back to where we wouldn't have to worry, and we could.
What were the restrictions?
We made sure that it was still something that gave him enough calories and everything. It was rice or bread, and like I said last week, he got pizza.
Okay. What were they in place for, in the first place?
Sneaking food over and over and over.
Okay.
We've tried everything. We were nice. We tried different consequences, but he never listened.
What were some of the other types of consequences? Prior to, are we talking
we did take away his devices, because that was also because he wouldn't stay on his school sites and would just go and try and play games or watch YouTube.
Okay.
But the thing is, he should have been held back so much.
Yeah.
But he passed all of his final exams. So I don't think it was my stepmother. My stepmother was amazing.
Yeah.
But I believe it was my father's doing.
Okay. Helping him pass exams. Was it all online school?
No, back in Oklahoma, he went to public. The thing is, he never really did any of the other work, but when it came to final exams, he had everything he needed to know. So they let him move to the next grade, which was just...
Right. So, you guys lived together back in Oklahoma?
Yeah.
What was life like back there?
Hectic.
Okay.
My step nieces, my stepmother's grandchildren lived with us.
Okay.
Because of stuff that was going on between their mother and their father. My stepmother had custody.
Yeah.
And we had, at that point, we were living in a 4-bedroom with 8 people in the house.
Jeez.
Yeah. And
did you share a room with him then?
yes, and it absolutely smelled. Because even then, even when the bathroom was released a couple feet away, he wouldn't get up and go.
Okay. And what is that? You kind of told me about it yesterday, but you said there was some sort of problem he had that caused that, or?
Yeah. I don't honestly know. That's what I've assumed.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure it's been basically his whole life that this has been happening. And it's not just that, he's urinated in places back in Oklahoma, in his closet, and dressers, everything.
Okay. He's, what type of disorders does he have that you're aware of?
I know he has ADHD. I believe he has sensory processing.
Okay.
I was never there for any sort of autism spectrum test, but from what I've seen, I know that probably was a thing. I also know he was motor and speech impaired. He couldn't run right and talk right. And I think when he was younger, he had to have a surgery on his ears to have tubes put in because he has heightened hearing that was very loud noises could be painful.
Okay. So too much.
Yeah. The fact is that he could hear my stepmother talking with a friend about going to a movie with the TV when it was on really high volume. Because one of those sort of pointers.
What about you? Do you have any of those sort of things or anything?
I have ADHD.
Okay.
And I think they said I was diagnosed with sensory processing, but from what my mother has told me, that's just no.
What is that? I'm not sure. What's sensory processing?
It's basically when you overreact to things way too much.
Yeah.
And I guess loud noises and things and bright lights are disturbing. For me, there's not really any of that. The only problems I have is when someone's music has a lot of bass drumming in it.
Okay.
For me, that'll feel like someone's smashing my ribs with a mallet.
Okay.
That's why I don't hardly listen to music very high if it's got bass drums, because it hurts.
Yeah, that would make sense. Did you go to school?
Yes, I went to the school back in Oklahoma. I graduated from Santa Fe High School.
Okay.
I've even got the diploma and I stand in my room.
Okay. You graduated from high school. What did you do after that? You just
I know that my father had kicked me out after, like, in, I think, May 2 years ago or so.
so like 20, May of 20.
Is that 20? Yeah, and due to COVID, the graduation had been postponed to July. And I managed to get my bio mom's number at that point and was capable of talking to her and telling her how all of this had happened.
Yeah.
And I also asked some of the things about what Dad had told me, the whole, did you really not care?
Right.
And from what he told, and I'm pretty sure it's scientifically impossible that she had her tubes undone for Gabriel, which, from what I'm guessing, that's an impossibility, isn't it?
Okay.
So he's a little miracle child.
Fair enough.
He's a blessing to this world.
Yeah. Does your mom feel like that? Certainly. That he's a blessing.
Of course.
Yeah.
She loves him so much.
Yeah.
She loved every single one of us, but my dad's controllish, freaky nature was just, he didn't want her having any contact and screwing all of his control up.
Okay.
And there was a thing back in Oklahoma where I had problems with emotional release. I was so terrified of him that I didn't ever want to release any of the negative emotions I ever had around him. There were times where I wanted to say no, but I was so terrified that I just couldn't.
Yeah.
Here, I can release my anger, and I do it in the right ways. I never do it in any way that I'm not supposed to.
Okay.
And if I unintentionally cop an attitude with my mother, I realize it and I apologize, telling her that I did not mean to, that I just slipped a small amount and I'm going to go and do something to calm down.
Would there be any sort of consequence for your mom if you slipped up with her attitude-wise, or how that worked?
There were times when I would cop an attitude that was unnecessary and she would have me get off devices for maybe 15 minutes, because usually that was what it was revolved around, because I'll be honest, I have an addiction to my devices.
Okay.
It's not something I can really do without, I guess. I don't know. I never had very much of that back in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
My dad was strict. He didn't even give me a phone. My sister and my stepsister had phones before I did. And that was due to the fact that he could not raise a male.
Right.
And at first he thought that the ADHD was just ADD, because like my mother, I could hyperfocus, which is actually a symptom of ADHD.
Right. And then, so now you're in work. I know you talked yesterday about how you're paying bills and
and unlike my father, she doesn't force me to give her half of my paycheck. He forced that on me.
Yeah.
And I was working basically minimum wage at both.
Yeah, that's tough.
It was nightmarish. And the thing is that my stepmother didn't even know about that until after I had moved and I had told her.
Okay.
And she apologized so heavily because she was just going to want some stuff to help with rent at times.
Yeah.
And when he asked to borrow money, he never paid it back. And my mother has paid it back every time, whether it's in a way like paying for the bike payments for my electronic bike, because, we put a down payment and then we have to do the consecutive payments for it.
Was that would you consider that like your first big purchase on your electric bike, or have you purchased a more expensive thing?
More expensive than that? I don't believe so, no.
What about PCs? How much you spend a decent amount of money on computers, or trying to piece them together, or?
We spent good amounts because Minecraft is something I've always loved.
Yeah.
And because for me, for the ADHD, being able to build and be creative is just something that I absolutely adored.
Okay.
And it also was something that I liked doing for YouTube. I have a YouTube channel myself. It's not popular or anything, but it is it's something that I was inspired by from Preston Plays and the recently passed Technoblade.
Yeah. Okay. So you come here with Mom about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And Timothy comes about a year ago. I think you said yesterday, the same date even, right?
Yeah, the same date
that
I left the house. I moved here into Michigan, I think on the 30th.
Okay.
Because for the time after I moved out of my parents' house, I stayed with my uncle David and Linda,
Okay.
who both had actually been tricked by my father to also believe that my mother was bad. until she managed to clear the air.
Yeah. So you say the same date, but a year later, does that sound right?
Yeah, I moved here at a later date, but he moved up here on the day I was basically kicked out.
Gotcha.
My dad had basically put a timeline, like I had to move out by a certain date and have my own house and be on my own 2 feet, which the thing is, he never prepared me for any of this. Like I said, I love him, but most of the respect I had for him is gone.
So Timothy comes up here. What's life like immediately when he gets up here?
It was good at first. The thing is, this has happened before. Not like moving up from somewhere, but for the whole thing where I think he said back in Oklahoma, I think once or twice he had said something about being ill.
Okay.
And we had put him in my stepmother and father agreed on this, that he could be institutionalized.
Right.
And when he got back, the first couple of weeks were good. He didn't misbehave, but then after that, it just reverted back to what he was doing before. Okay. The destructiveness and everything.
Explain that? Like
it was very dangerous. He would pull the outlet covers off. He would screw it to light fixtures. It was our house in Edmond was his room. He pulled the studs out of the wall, rip off the paint, and it was. Yeah.
Were you able to have a conversation with him like you and I are having, like a back and forth conversation, or he wasn't able to talk like that?
He could talk, but the thing is that it would mostly be hard to understand.
Okay.
Because of the speech impairment. I think so. I don't know what that word is.
Speech impairment?
Yeah, there we go. But he was in therapy for that and motor.
When up here?
No, in Oklahoma.
Do you know if he needed any therapy or anything up here?
No.
Okay. Do you know if you ever went to the doctor at all?
Here? No, honestly, we never, until, I don't know, we managed, since we stopped the last hunger strike and managed to get him back to a safe weight, we were hoping and praying that he wouldn't need any sort of assistance at that point, which he didn't. He was fine. But then this whole ordeal happened, and I honestly feel like we should have taken him to the doctor sooner. We could have done something, but with all this happened, it's just...
Yeah. Well, I mean, how long ago do you think you probably should have taken him to the doctor?
Honestly, if I'm going to be honest, I'd say the day after the divorce. We got the message about the divorce. And the thing is that my mother can't even face my father right now. She doesn't want to call him, because the one thing that she and I both know is that he's going to hurl every ounce of blame that he can at her.
Right. So when was that divorce? Like,
I think it was exactly a week ago today or tomorrow. Something like that.
So about a week ago.
Yeah,
I saw on your phone that you had sent a couple of pictures to your mom.
Yes.
Pretty skinny, and you said, hey, he's nothing but skin.
Yeah, I was very concerned. It just,
what do you think that maybe would have been a good time to take him to the doctor, or?
Yeah, honestly, that probably would have been one too. I don't know.
And then you sent a picture of like his legs that was just basically gone, right? So
yeah.
No wonder he can't stand, or something along the lines.
Yeah, but the thing is, before yesterday, and I think the day before, he could walk.
Yeah.
He might need a little support every so often, like he put his hand against the wall or grabbed the rail of the stairs. But after a couple of seconds, he let go and be fine.
Okay.
It was never anything major.
Yeah. When was like the last time he was really like talking to you, like able to have a conversation, or at least try to have a conversation?
Last time he actually talked was 3 days ago, but the day before, or the day after that, the day before yesterday, he talked a small amount in the morning, but then he just sort of was making groans and moans, and it concerned me. As my mother was driving me to work, I recommended that maybe we should take him to the hospital.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that ever happened or not.
What did she say about that when you made that recommendation?
I don't know. I think after that, that was like as I was getting out of the car and shutting the door.
So we're talking. So today's the 7th. Yesterday the 6th. What day are you talking about the last time he was really kind of talking outside in the morning?
The 5th. He talked some in the morning. He was responsive.
Yeah.
That much I know.
What's the photograph in the bathtub of his face? Like zoomed in on his face.
He'd been taking a bath.
Okay.
And I went in there to check on him at one point, and he's just kind of laying there. I'm like, "Bud, you okay?" He didn't respond, but he was looking around. And he was breathing. I know that much.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So at that time, But he wasn't talking at that time?
No, and it started to concern me. I'm not sure if I texted Mama about it or not.
Well, you sent a picture to her.
Yeah, I probably should have said something about the ER at that point, though.
Well, certainly
so stupid.
you have to think about it like this, right? She's a grown adult, and if she sees that, that's not all on you, right? You made, from what I see, you made numerous attempts to say, we need to do something different about this.
Yeah.
We can't keep doing this thing.
I know she's a good person.
Yeah. And it's not about,
I don't know if this is both of our faults, if we should have done something sooner. I know we both could have.
yeah. I mean, I think you have to think about this. Right now is not a time about blaming people, but it's the time to try to figure out, when could we have changed things? What could we have done differently? How did we get to the point where we were at? Because, clearly where you guys got to, when you say you was in the bath, that wasn't a nice, enjoyable bath though, right? That was a punishment bath, right? That's a cold, ice cold bath. And that's hard to
I
understand.
did wash that, and I did tell him that if he wanted to wash up, and he did, but then in the middle of it, I think the whole laying there in a daze happened.
When he's getting these ice baths, I know there's numerous of them, right? I mean, because I read through the messages.
Yes.
How are you getting the ice? Like, where's it coming from?
We have an ice machine upstairs. It's not a lot. It can barely create any. It's enough to make it a full on.
But it's a cold bath.
Yeah.
And you're putting ice in there? Like one dump of ice? Two dump?
One dump. Yeah, it's maybe that much.
And then you're just running cold water, or what type of water?
The water doesn't exactly feel cold.
Okay.
It says there's a cold button, but it's basically sort of lukewarm-ish.
How many times would you estimate that you guys gave cold baths as a punishment for not behaving or whatever, for whatever reason?
I think for punishments, it was, I don't exactly know the number, but it wasn't a lot.
Are we talking like 5, 10, 20, every day, every other day? Like, any idea at all?
5, but
Whose idea was to give him a cold bath as a punishment?
it was my mother's. I wasn't sure if it would be a punishment effective or not.
Do you remember the first time you guys did it? Like, why? Like, what did you do?
Not exactly.
What did you do on that day that you sent the photo that made you have to give him a cold bath?
I think it was that he not only peed but also pooped in bed, and my mother wasn't too happy because it absolutely reeked.
Yeah. And when we talk about bed, I understand we've been to the house and we've been through all the messages.
Yeah.
Where do you sleep most of the nights? In that closet?
Yes.
When did that kind of start happening? Or had you always been staying there?
No, he didn't always.
Okay.
But the thing was, the loft bed, if you've noticed,
Yeah.
just screws and stuff, that was his doing.
Okay.
And we couldn't get it safely back.
So he's sleeping in the closet.
Yes, we made sure that it was cleaned. He had a mattress in there, but then he decided to rip off the cover, like a sort of plastic cover we put on there to keep it from getting smelly and
Yeah.
disgusting. We always wanted what's best for him. I don't know.
So you guys decide to move him into the closet. There's an alarm on the door. Is that so? What's that for?
When he would try and sneak, because if you notice, there was also one on the garage door. That was also because, there's some food in there that he would try and sneak.
Right.
And it wasn't just that he was hungry at some points for those. It was that he wanted something sweet. And at times he would be taking stuff that was going to have plans for actual food.
Yeah, I agree. I see exactly what you're saying.
And I don't know about the whole, just bread at some points, but we did start giving him actual better food.
When we talk about the bedroom being moved into that closet, is that your idea or is that your mom's idea?
That was my mother's. Yes.
And so how long do you think he was staying in that closet for?
Couple of weeks maybe. I think we truly had started activating the alarm on the door every night after we had found that he would sneak out and get back up on.
Yeah.
Which was loft bed. Where, like I said, that thing was dangerous at that point because he had been screwing around with the bolts and screws, and at any point it could have given way and he could have gotten seriously injured.
Right. Yeah. So if he moves into there, there's the tarp in there. Is that just to prevent him? What is that for?
That was after I think we had gone to like 3 plastic covers that he had shredded.
Yeah.
Before we decided to put down the tarp. And honestly, I had expected him to complain, but he didn't, and I don't know.
So there's this restriction on food. You talked about bread. For how long was he just eating just bread?
A week or 2.
What was he kind of eating before that?
We do ramen, sandwiches, and I think at some points we actually give him like a meal.
Why was it that he couldn't have meals?
I mean, the whole sneaking. I don't.
Does he was sneaking food?
A lot, yeah. We over and over and over. There'd literally be times where I would be sitting on the couch playing, and then I'd look up and he's there grabbing something.
And so, whose idea was it for him to just eat bread? Is that your idea?
No.
Whose idea was that?
My mother's.
Tell me about the hot sauce. I know that was used as both the punishment and it was put on the bread. Was it always on the bread?
Not always, no. But the thing is, it still hardly did anything for him. There would be times where it would do something for me because I'd accidentally rub my eye after I put it on there. It was ow.
Yeah. So you're putting, what dictates whether or not there's hot sauce on the bread that he's eating? What decides that?
I don't know. Whenever my mother told me to put hot sauce on it, I did. It was normally a thin layer to make sure that it wouldn't be too much, because from what I know, the ghost or the California Reaper is what, 2,000 Scoville or 2 million Scoville?
What does that mean?
It's the hot sauce or the heat index, basically.
Okay. That's pretty high?
Very.
So how long have you guys been using the hot sauce for?
Almost a month, maybe.
Okay. And was that only on bread or was that on other stuff too?
I think one time we put it in some rice.
Okay.
But after that, I don't think we did that again.
What was it used for, right? Because you're giving them bread as a meal. What's the purpose of the hot sauce?
I know it was punishment, but honestly, I don't think it was that useful because, like I said, he had no feeling in his tongue. He literally bit a hole in it at one point and didn't even feel it.
Was he eating this bread with hot sauce, or was he?
Yeah, he was.
Is that really the only things he had to eat those days, or would he get other things to eat?
From the bread and rice, other than that, not that I know of.
Okay. So for how long do you think he just ate rice and bread and hot sauce?
Maybe the 4 months, maybe. Or 1 month, sorry. I was thinking 4 weeks and my brain scrambled that.
We totally understand. I understand what you're saying. So maybe about 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Did you see a decline in him during that 4 weeks of losing even more weight or being even less responsive? Or what changed when you moved into doing that?
I think it was that there would be times where it would take him a moment to respond. At first, I thought it was just him acting, but then I was getting concerned. I think a week or so, maybe ago.
Okay. His responses are delayed.
Yeah, and
as a matter of fact, I think you mentioned that to your mom multiple times, right? That he doesn't seem to be responding. That he can't walk very well. That he's stumbling. I think you mentioned those things.
Yeah.
What was her response to those things?
I think she was thinking, because there was one point where he did that, but it was before he was thin.
Yeah.
And it scared the crap out of me. But then he admitted to my mother later that day while I was at work that it was an act.
Okay.
So I guess we made the mistake. She made the mistake of believing that was what it was. I know that he's done stuff like that back in Oklahoma too. He would do something that would scare the crap out of us to make us believe that something was wrong. And several times here, he faked seizures. I've seen it because I've also seen what happens because back in Oklahoma, he had seizures from medication problems.
Okay.
But yeah, I know I can tell the difference. And at one point, Gabriel had just barely walked back into the parents and Mom and Adam's room when he tried it again. Had Gabriel been there, he would have been even more terrified than he already was because, like we said, he was there for the stroke and the seizures. So
the hot sauce. Whose idea was the hot sauce as punishment? Was that your idea?
I honestly don't remember that part. I don't remember whose it was. I know that before we were using the California, we were using ghost pepper sauce. So.
Where did these sauces come from?
I think it was either Amazon or Walmart apps.
Okay. Did you ever go to the store and buy anything?
No, we didn't ever.
Did you ever order any of those yourself, or who's ordering the hot sauce?
My mother is, but she would ask if I could help her pay for it, which, like I said, she's been amazing. She's never demanded money.
Yeah.
So
I saw a message that where she asked you.
So I knew that she wasn't just going, if I said it not that moment, she would have understood, unlike my father.
Yeah. So the hot sauce on bread if you ever put hot sauce on, was it ever your own decision to put hot sauce on? But no, sometimes you were left in charge of the 2 kids, right?
Yes.
How often was that you were in charge?
Sometimes it was during the mornings where she would go to work, but around 3-ish, I would have to go to work myself. She would be home after around 6 o'clock from work. And at that point, she would ask me to have them both go to Gabriel and Timothy to go to their rooms, which, for him at that point was the closet, and Gabriel's was downstairs as well. Gabriel would take his tablet because if there's one thing we both know, it's that he's also very dependent on that. It's something that keeps him calm and collected.
So when mom's not there, is she monitoring the cameras? Is that what the cameras in the home are for?
Yes.
And how does she communicate with you?
Text.
Text from her phone to your phone? Or?
Yes.
Okay. And how does she communicate with the other kids?
Through the alarms, because they do have that dual way talking. But
so she can talk to them through the cameras,
yes.
The alarms.
Yeah. It's cameras, not alarms. Okay. The alarms don't have. Sorry.
You don't have to be sorry. I can't. So she's able to communicate with them that way. She's communicating with you via text.
Yes. Timothy doesn't have anything to text with. He does, but I don't think because we couldn't trust him on devices, so we couldn't exactly.
So you have her kind of monitoring everything.
I do sometimes at some points. Yes, I will log into the cameras and make sure that I don't have Gabriel's app because normally before I leave, he's upstairs in her room. He's been like that for a while. Timothy's or Gabriel's? I don't know about that one honestly.
You know what app was Timothy's?
The one for his room. I think Mama had that one. I know the one in the bathroom was Blue something, BLU, and then something else.
Okay.
And then the one in the downstairs area was Tekken.
Okay. So wait, there was Timothy had his own 2 in his room?
Yes, but that was before he was in the closet. That the Tekken was for when he was there, and it was also when he would get up and have to go to the bathroom before this whole.
Which ones did you know how to log into?
I don't think I remember the one for the Tekken, but I think the other one was my sister Millie's name, and then it was 2 numbers, I think. I don't remember.
Okay. When do you think was the last time you got logged into that camera?
The Tekken, it was
not in the blue.
The blue, I think it was maybe a couple of days ago. I don't.
So just to be like,
normally I would after when I would get ready to head to work, I would log out of it because I could not stand with my Apple Watch. It was connected to my phone, so whenever that got a notification of like Gabriel going to the bathroom, my watch would vibrate during work. It would be annoying.
Yeah, that's okay.
So I wouldn't know what was normally going on during the nights.
Right. So I know that when we talked yesterday in front of your mom, well, she was lying about some stuff, right? I know that she's a good person. I'm not doubting that at all.
Yeah, I mean, we never learned any of this.
But you also noticed, like I know, that some of the things that she was talking about the truth, right? About she said she didn't know there was a camera in the bathroom. But the fact of the matter, she asked you to put the camera in the bathroom, right? Didn't she send you a text message that says, make sure that the camera's in there and take a shower curtain down so I can see him? Didn't she ask you that the day before he passed away?
Yeah.
So we talked about some of that stuff. Remember how during I said, I know this pepper sports for punishment. And what did she say? She said, I didn't know anything about that, right? Why do you think she's saying those things? Why do you think
she doesn't want to appear like a bad person. She doesn't want to be the bad guy in this. We never wanted any of this. We wanted to be healthy. I know that for a fact. We should have been so much. I should have at least put my foot down on something. Right. But it's not that I'm afraid of her. I can't fear her because she's not the type to instill fear.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's also what caused him to sometimes lie about things as well. Was that he still had this fear of Dad, and then he thought she would be the same.
Yeah. It could very well be the case.
She's nothing I can't. That much I know. She's right.
But she knows that you shouldn't be using hot sauce as a punishment, right? She knows better than that. And you know better than that too, right? Yeah. I think that anybody with some common sense knows that hot sauce is not something you use to punish a child for eating food that they're not supposed to eat, or for disrespect, or for not following orders. We know those things aren't okay.
I know that. We've tried so many different things. We just were running out of options of trying to find a punishment that would actually work. And even that did nothing.
Right.
And we still kept trying though. I don't know why.
So you have the hot sauce. Tell me about the handcuffs. I know that once again, she took no blame for that, right? I mean, who did she put it all on? She put it all on you. She said that was your idea and that those were yours and that you did those things. But I think that's not the truth from what I read on here. What's the real truth on that?
We would have him against the wall at some points and he would try to move. And at one point we'd actually put motion sensors on him to stop that. But
on him himself?
Yeah, like they were vibrated. They would sense any sort of vibrations. But the thing is, he'd learned to trick them by moving so slow. Or they'd be on his door and they'd be moving so slow that it wouldn't set it off. So he'd get away with stuff.
Okay.
So
you're saying standing still, was that like a punishment that he was forced to stand
on the wall? Yeah, against the wall. He was having.
Was that regular that he had to do that? Like how often was he having to stand against the wall?
Since 2 weeks ago, it wasn't very often.
Okay. Just because he couldn't physically stand against the wall anymore?
No, it was. I guess that it just didn't work because if he would set it off when he was against the wall, he would then like it'd be on a belt around him. He'd stuff it in his pocket and then just sit down on the ground or lay down and stay like that.
So he was punished by trying to make him stand, but then he would lay down. Did you guys have to wake him up on purpose because he wasn't supposed to be sleeping?
Yeah, and we also know one thing about him was that if he slept during the day, he was going to be up all night.
Okay, so you wouldn't let him sleep during the day, essentially?
If he wanted maybe an hour long or 2 hour nap, we would, but anything longer, we knew that it would start screwing with his actual sleeping.
So who's monitoring this all the time? Like, who's making sure he's not sleeping during the day? Who's making sure his hands against the wall?
When my mother was at work, she'd have me log in before she'd leave. I'd come upstairs and go back to sleep on the couch. I'd set an alarm normally for 10:30 to 11:30 so that I could wake up and be up to keep things going around the house, keep everything in order.
Okay.
So she never did any of this to be harsh.
I'm in no way questioning whether you're not cared or any of those things. I'm not. But the reality is we just have to talk about how we got to this point and how these decisions were made. So I don't want you to think that.
We also did stop the leg cuffs, I think, a while ago because we noticed that his ankles were swelling. So we stopped that because we didn't want his legs to become irreparable.
How often were you guys putting leg cuffs on him before that? Was that something like at night to stop him from moving around, or what was it for?
I think we did it once or so. Once, maybe twice at night. One time. I don't know. I'm so lost. I just don't know what to do.
What about handcuffs or zip ties? What did you guys use those for?
The zip ties were either to fasten the vibrational arms to his belt during the day, or to put it on his wrist, not too tight and I'd make sure after the first time we did it, I would make sure to cut off the end of the zip ties because I had them loose. And then he decided to tighten them to where they were nearly cutting off circulation.
Yeah.
So after that point, I myself, when I was told to put him in the zip ties, I'd grab a pair of scissors and snip off the ends to make sure that he couldn't tighten it to where it was cutting anything off.
Were you guys ever zip tying his hands together?
His hands, I think we did once when we had a pair of them that could, the zip cuffs. But again, I cut those off to make sure that he wouldn't tighten them. Yeah. Because
what was that for? Why would you use those?
Normally we have him do this. It was something that I'm not sure if it was my father or my mother back when they were together, but when we were put in timeout, we'd be told to do this. And so sometimes though, he'd try and do stuff like this or just try and put his hands down or down by his side. So we do that to keep them.
Okay. Yeah. How long do you think that goes on for?
I think the zip cuffs, probably when we first used them, it was when I would get ready to leave for work, I'd put them on, do the whole snipping, and then when mom would get home, she'd grab the scissors and cut them off immediately.
Yeah. How long are we talking? Is this for a couple hours, 8 hours, 10 hours?
Normally the maximum was 3.
Okay.
Because when I worked normally at that point, I think I was only working evening and closing shifts.
Yeah. It
would be 4:30 or 4 o'clock that I need to be there. So in order to get there, I would have to leave an hour before to actually make it on time.
Right.
And we'd put the vibrational arms on there, but then again, we stopped that after the zip ties because with the chains or the chain parts of the cuffs, I think they would rattle to where if you tried to move it would still set them off even with the whole slowness.
Yeah. Tell me about the night before. I know that you said you got the med too.
Yeah.
Let's talk about kind of what really happened that night. Because I know that
I did take my meds. He was in his room. I didn't think to check. I should have thought. I should have seen, made sure he was at least okay. That he was breathing. He could have been gone by the time I'd already gotten home.
Right. So when you first talked to us and when you talked to the police, you said he was on his bunk bed, right?
Yeah.
But that's not the truth.
No.
Okay. He was in that closet that's right there by the bunk bed?
Yeah.
Okay. And your mom had texted you that early in the night, or how did you know that he was in there?
I guess at that point it was just something I would already know because I have a slight problem. It's not like a problem, just a small sort of OCD with the light switches.
Okay.
So I go upstairs and I take my meds, and normally the light switches by the back door, I want them down. And then when I come over the stairs, normally when I flip it down, the light in the dining room would turn on. So I'd go to the stairs and flip it to turn the light on for the stairs and the ones in the dining room down off. Go downstairs and then flip that switch to get the stairs off, and then the one in there would turn on. And that was how I would know he wasn't in the bed. And then go and turn the ones off at the start of the hall, and then turn off the light with the switch by my bedroom.
So you know he's not in the bed?
Yes.
So you told us that you heard him snoring. Was that a lie?
Yeah.
And did you come up with that on your own, or did somebody ask you to say that he was in the bed? It's okay.
I know.
It's okay.
I feel so guilty. Like I could have done something at any point in this.
But you're not. You're his brother. And you have a mother telling you what to do. And so I understand why you feel the way that you do.
But at the same time, you have to look at you think that your mother's telling you to do what's best for him, right? That's what you've been telling me.
Yeah, and I know she wants what's best for all of us.
So, back to my question. Did somebody ask you to say things like that?
I came up with that on my own because I didn't want. I feel so guilty.
You came up with that on your own?
Yeah, because.
So tell me what really happened in the morning then, because obviously what was told to us wasn't the truth. What really happened when you guys somebody found him? Or
I woke up and I had been grabbing my shoes, and it was at that point that it basically all played out like we said. The whole morning thing was exact. He wasn't breathing in the closet. It was the closet though. We had to get him out of the closet to try and resuscitate.
So it's you and your mother that tried to get him out of the closet?
We did get him out. Okay. And we tried to resuscitate.
Was it who noticed him first? You or
my mother?
Okay. Did she have asked you via text to check on him on the way up? That's not what happened. She said, "Hey, can you check on him on your way upstairs?" Do you remember that text message at all?
No.
Okay.
There might have been one that I didn't see, but
okay. So you guys pull him out of the closet.
We tried to resuscitate it. We gave him rescue breaths. His breath smelled horrible. I thought maybe he might have still been capable of being resuscitated because his mouth was still wet.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe it had just been recent, so we could do something. But
when you were at work, right? You came home at about 2. Does that sound right? Or is that
that was true because what was it? It was the day after the 4th of July or so. I don't know what's today's date.
Yeah, today's the 7th. So it's the 5th.
Yeah, it was on the 5th. So
well, it's the 5th when you were at work and you come home in the morning of.
Yes, and yeah, some of the servers there were still people in the lobby, and we had to finish that off. I'm the general utility, so I had to break down the machine, clean the outside, clean the floors.
So when you guys pull him out of the closet, does he have clothes on type on, or is he in a diaper, or what's that state?
He had a shirt. I think we had put him in pants or sweatpants, but I don't know, maybe some point in the night he took them off. I don't know.
When you say you weren't there when we went to bed, right?
No.
So how would you know if we put him in sweatpants? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So do you know if he had pants on that?
No, honestly. But he didn't have them when we got him out. He had the diaper on, at least.
So he has the diaper on. You're saying he has a shirt on? What shirt did he have on?
It's the very same sweatshirt that we found him in. Because obviously we didn't want him to get cold. Or I don't think Mama wanted him to get cold. I'm pretty sure she texted me about that. I'm not sure.
Okay. So you guys pull him out. Does he have pants on or no pants on?
None, no.
And when we get there, he has pants on?
Yeah, she had me put them on.
She asked you to put pants on?
What
was that for?
I don't know.
And so you guys, at that time, she decides that she's going to lie to him and say that he was in the wrong bed? I don't understand.
I don't know. She doesn't want to seem like she's bad. That we weren't neglecting him. And even if that's what if it somehow ended up like that, it was never intentional.
Right. But what you're saying, I mean, if we talk, right, there's all these things where you're like, she didn't want to seem like this. She didn't want to seem like this. She didn't want to seem like this. Did you know that it all seems like that, right?
Yes,
it does. And he clearly was neglected because he died from it, right? The reality is that he was. That's why we're here talking today. So he was very much neglected. And the fact that, she had asked you to put hot sauce on his private parts.
She asked, but I never did.
You never did that?
No.
Okay. And she had asked you to put hot sauce directly into his mouth. Did you do that?
Yes.
Is that on the 5th, the day you found leading up to all this stuff?
Yeah.
How much hot sauce did you put in there?
That.
And whose idea was that to put that hot sauce in there?
Hers.
And what was the purpose of that?
Again, she thought the whole unresponsive was an act.
She thought it was an act, which very clearly wasn't, right?
Yeah.
Where is the hot sauce that you used? Is that the one that was in the bathroom, or is it a different one?
That was the one in the bathroom, yeah.
Okay. How do you feel about lying during this? How does that make you feel?
I just hate it. I know she doesn't want to be the bad guy. She never wanted this. We loved him so much.
I don't think it's about love at this point. I think it's about not knowing what to do, not knowing how to handle the situation.
We didn't know how to do anything.
I don't think you never.
The worst punishment I ever got in Oklahoma, it was my father. He spanked me with a belt so hard that my butt was bruised.
Yeah.
And at another point, they had me do wall sits. He had me do wall sits while holding 2 cans of chicken noodle soup out like this. And that was when I was in high school. And I could hardly get to school the next couple of days because I had to walk. And my limbs were so stiff and filled with lactic acid that it was just painful to try and even get across the street. And again, bruises on my backside too, where it was really hard to sit at school.
What other kind of things? Did you guys ever put hot sauce in your mouth? Did you ever put hot sauce in his eyes or anything like that?
Not that I know of. I think at one point he may have, after he'd eaten, he had forgotten to wash his hands and rubbed his eye.
Okay.
I know at one point I did intentionally done this.
Did you ever directly put hot sauce into his eye?
No, I remember, but when that happened, I helped him wash out his eyes to make sure that it wouldn't sting so much. Or it wouldn't sting at all. I'm not sure if it helped or not. But he said it was good after. I think that was a couple of weeks back.
Okay. Yeah. What else can you tell me about what happened at what other types of punishments did you guys have for him?
point that he was actually refusing to eat. We would give him his food and he would just be stubborn and sit there and just slowly. It was regular bread, nothing else on it. Just chow down to the point where it was basically he was trying to waste time. He could be upstairs.
Where did he spend most of his time?
In his room. We would make him stand. Sometimes we would have him kneeling, like on his knees, like this, facing one of the corners. But
What was that for? For punishment?
yeah, I don't even know what it was for at this point. I'm not sure.
Where did he spend most of his time?
It was in that room. I think
the closet there?
Yeah, I think less than 3 or so weeks ago we've been having him try and do schoolwork. But the thing is that he's just at this point I'm slightly curious on how he was even in sophomore year. He was supposed to be a junior next year, but we weren't sure if we were going to be able to do that because he was flunking everything. And my mother graded fairly. She used the actual answers that were on the website or in textbook of some sort.
Yeah.
Back in Oklahoma, he was also even destructive at school, destroying textbooks, desks, really anything.
So
He was a destructive child.
And then this all happened, right? Where do you and your mom agree to tell the same story that he was in the bunk bed, or how does that happen? You couldn't have both just possibly made up the same story.
No.
So what happened? She told you, right? She told you what to say? It's okay. She told you what to say? Because why? Did she tell you why? Because it looked bad for you guys?
It's not just that. We loved him.
Can I ask you this, like straight up? You keep saying love, love. Do you feel like this was love? That he's dead now because he couldn't eat food? Does that feel like love to you?
No.
He's dead because he couldn't eat.
No.
And I don't know anybody that thinks that's love. What I think's happening is your mom convinced you that she's this perfect person, and she's asking you to do all these things that are literally killing your brother.
I know she's not perfect.
How is that love? How is love? How is love ice baths? How is love? How is love handcuffing? And how is love restricting movement? And how is love hot sauce in the mouth and only eating bread? What if you only got to eat bread? How would you feel? What if you only got to eat bread with hot sauce? Would you eat?
No.
You're pretty skinny already. It wouldn't take you long.
This is my natural weight. I have an overactive metabolism.
But it wouldn't take you long to be very much skin and bones if all you got to eat was bread and hot sauce, because how could you eat it? And how could you feel good about eating it? Was he throwing up stuff that he was eating?
Forcefully, he would force himself to get it back up.
When? Like recently, in the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, he would force himself, honestly.
You ever think it's because maybe it was painful? It's hot sauce. It's not like that just goes away. Did you ever complain about pain, stomach pain, pain from using the bathroom?
Not that I know of, no. I do know that my mother, she's not perfect, but she's not a bad person.
Do you know, can I ask you this? Do you know any good people who starved a child to death? Tell me of one that you know. Tell me of one that you know. That's a child who has a lot of problems, right? That's not a child that's taking care of themselves. They can't take care of themselves because you guys are restricting where he can go and what he can do. And if he does something wrong, you're punishing him by giving him ice baths and hot sauce and only feeding him bread. How is that? How is that a loving person? How is that a loving mother? You know what that sounds like to me? And honestly, the worst mother I've ever met in my entire life is what it sounds like to me.
I know, but she's not.
Maybe she wasn't to you. Maybe she was a good mother to you. And maybe she wasn't to Gabriel. Sounds like she's a very good mother to Gabriel. But to one of the three children, she didn't care. You can say it if you want. She starved him to death because he wouldn't stop taking food. Well, maybe he's taking food because he wants to live. You ever thought about that?
Yes.
Maybe he's stealing food so that he can survive. He's dead because he didn't get food.
I know that.
Well, that's not anybody's fault but your mother's. And you can try to take some of the blame if you want, but it's her fault because every single time I see a message in here, it's her telling you what to do. And she put you right in the middle of it. She put you right in the middle of this where it looks like some of the stuff's your idea. And it actually looks like in some of these things that you kind of enjoy it. That you kind of enjoy punishing him for doing wrong things. Do you feel like you kind of enjoy punishing him for that stuff?
No.
Maybe not that he was in pain, but that you were in charge and you got to tell him, you can't do that. Go do this. This is your punishment. Did you like some of that stuff?
No.
Did she like some of that stuff?
No.
How come you guys are laughing and joking about it sometimes with smiley faces and like
If it's the upside down smiley face,
yeah, what's that mean?
it's the opposite of happiness. It means that I'm really angry, and she's kept me calm, like I said.
Because he made you mad a lot, right? It's not just he made you mad a lot. But when you look back on it, do you think he really could control it? Clearly, he needed help. He didn't need punishment. He needed some help. He couldn't make those decisions or do those things on his own. You saw it over and over and over and over again, right? What was your mother's choice? Her choice was more punishment, less food, more punishment. The only food you get is bread. And the only bread you get sometimes is with the hottest hot sauce that we can find. That's all you get to eat. There's no way that you can look at yourself and think that's okay and that your mom's good for that. She was doing what's best for him. How could that be best for him? Why couldn't it be Why couldn't it be a piece of chicken that's cooked? Why couldn't he eat that? Why does it have to be bread with hot sauce? It's not about punishment. You need food to survive. You need food to live. He didn't get to live because of that, because of what you guys did. And I'm sitting here talking to you because I think that way more of it has to do with your mom than you. I don't think that you're this bad person who was out here doing these things, but you're also still not telling me the whole truth about what happened that night, about the night that he ended up dead, that there's more to that story.
I've told you everything that I have. I don't want to live a life where I regret the fact that I hid somehow something, and I've told you everything I know.
How do you feel about living a life where you hid that your brother wasn't eating from society, that you hid that your brother was dying? How do you feel about that?
I hate myself, okay? If I could take his place right now, if I could give him back his life, I'd do it in a death on a heartbeat.
Did your mom ever do anything like this to you?
No. Not even back when she and my father were together. The punishments were him.
When did this stuff kind of start? Sounds like to me it started after your stepdad got out of the house.
Because Timothy would take advantage of that situation. We were all stressed. And he would take advantage of that. Anything he can find to take advantage of, almost his entire life, except for, I think when he was still a baby, he would find some way to take advantage of whatever he can.
Was there ever food restrictions when, is it Eric?
Or Dad?
Yeah. Not Eric, not Eric. Adam? Adam's stepdad, correct?
Yes.
Was there ever food restrictions with bread only when he was in the house?
No, because
Was the house messy like it is now? Disgusting.
it wasn't as messy. With all the stress that's been going on, we've had moments where, yeah, we could get it cleaned up, but.
Did your mom feel bad at all about giving him just bread and
Yes.
hot sauce and locking him in the closet? And
Yes, she
handcuffing
hates
him
it.
And
She hates it. She never once enjoyed it.
ice baths. Ice baths. She gave him ice bath on the day that he died, right? Leading up to it. And she wanted him to sleep in the tub. That's what I read. Did that happen? Did he sleep in the tub?
No,
He did.
no,
He didn't die in that bathtub and you guys dragged him into that closet and waited for the morning to call the police? That's
No.
not what happened.
no, it's not.
Do you think she did that? Do you think that message is just a little bit suspicious? That she sent you at just about midnight that says he's in the closet, I had to drag him in there. You don't think he was already dying or dead at that point?
I was working. I didn't read that message until basically I got home.
But do you think she sent that for a reason? Why would she send that?
I don't know.
Doesn't it seem like maybe he was already dead? That she put him in there so that he could wake up and have died in his sleep? Because she can't call the police when he's in an ice bath and he freezes and he dies. Not freezes per se, but he dies in the bath. And she dragged him in there. Did she talk to you about that? Did she tell you the truth about what really happened?
I don't know at this point.
She did, right? I don't want you to lie to me anymore.
No, I don't know if he died in there. I don't know where. I remember. I know that when I got up, he was gone.
And when was the last time you saw him alive?
The 5th.
What time? Ballpark?
I think because of my bike, Mom had to come pick me up and drop me off at work. So I was very late getting there, but I let them know beforehand. I know he was alive before I left.
You know he was alive when you left for work?
Yeah.
And you don't really know exactly what
I think she managed to get there a little bit after 6. I managed to get to work around 6:35-ish.
So she says to you at 11:49 p.m. on 7/5, says, please set your alarm for 6 a.m. I ended up dragging him back to a small room. That's talking about the closet.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't going to risk him having access to the tub or other things overnight. Wasn't he already in the tub? So what do you mean risk him having access to the tub overnight? He's still trying to be water. She says he's still trying to be stupid, but I will tell you more tomorrow while I take you to work, describing how many different ways I proved that he's still faking. He's still doing it.
The thing was that
It's beyond
yesterday
ridiculous.
I offered him a pizza roll because I wanted to truly test whether he was faking or not. And at first he didn't move. I'm like, okay, maybe this is. But then he moved and went to try and grab it. I'm like, okay, I don't even know. I don't know anymore.
Well, he wasn't faking it, right? Because he died. He wasn't faking it unless your mom did something to him to kill him. You think she did
No,
that?
of course not.
Outside of not feeding him food and punishing him for months? That's what killed him, right? Or did she hold a pillow over his mouth and stuff?
No, of course not. She's not. She
Did
wouldn't
she
do
hold him by
that.
the throat and squeeze it until he died?
No.
So what killed him was not having food, not having access to food and malnutrition for months? How long did this go on for?
I don't know. I don't know.
You feel good at all about any of this stuff?
No, of course not.
You can't, right?
I can't even live with myself.
But how do you feel about over and over and over again defending your mother about how good she is? Do you feel like that's the truth anymore? Because I'm quite disgusted by her. I'm disgusted by her.
She never wanted this.
Then how smart is your mom?
She's incredibly intelligent. Magna cum laude.
Right. Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever thought, how can a woman that's this smart, this intelligent, graduated from law school, how could she not know what's happening How could she think this is fake? How does she not know she's starving? How does she not see that he's wasting away? And you here, you're telling me that you've got some mental health issues, but you graduated from high school, and it's very obvious to you that he's got malnutrition, right? It's very obvious to you. But your mom here's not seeing that, and she's a law school graduate, and she's very smart. Do you see what I'm looking at here? She's a liar. She's lied to you about so much stuff. At some point, you need to stand up for yourself and realize she's a manipulator. She's a liar. She put you in this spot. She did this to your brother, using you. Do you not see that? That she used you to do this to your brother? Your mother used you. She's so smart. She's smarter than any of us here. She's smarter than me. She's smarter than any detective here. She's smarter than our chief of police here. She's smarter than all of us. And we're supposed to believe she didn't know what was happening? No, she didn't want him around anymore because he was too much of a problem. You know that's the truth. You can look back at it and see that, can't you? She didn't want him around anymore because he was too much work. That's the truth. And the second you start to believe that and understand that, then I think that's the time you can move forward in this case. Until you believe that, until you understand that, you're never moving forward from this. This isn't an accident. This didn't just happen. Your mom knew exactly what was happening to him, that he was wasting away. You saw it, didn't you? You saw it happening right in front of you.
It was never intentional.
For you or for her? Is she smart or is she not smart?
She's highly intelligent.
Then how is this not intentional? She thought, what did she think was going to happen then? He was just going to be good? And all of a sudden he was going to start behaving and doing everything she said because she didn't feed him food? What did she think was going to happen?
I don't know. I don't know
exactly what happened is what she thought was going to happen. At some point, he wasn't going to wake up.
She never wanted him dead. She loved him.
That's love to you? Everything that we talked about is love? How? Who do you love in your life?
My family.
Have you ever thought about starving them?
No, of course.
Have you ever thought about not giving them food as a punishment?
No, of course.
Have you ever thought about giving them hot sauce so that they would listen?
No.
Or they would do what was told? You somehow don't think those things are okay. Do you think those things are okay?
No.
Because everybody knows they're not, except the smartest woman in the room. She's the one person that doesn't know that's not okay. You're joking, right?
No.
The smartest woman in the room is the one that doesn't know you can't do those things. No, it's all very intentional. The smartest woman in the room knows. She graduated second year class from law school. She graduated with honors from college and from law school. But she doesn't know that not giving your kid food is going to make him sick and die.
We gave him food. She even told me to make sure that he had a good amount of. When she would tell me on random days, they were never consecutive, I don't believe, for the hot sauce punishment. But other than that, it was always bread and rice. At one point, she even asked me to put some broth. I think that she wanted chicken, but we didn't have any, so I used beef for some rice. She cared. She never wanted this. We did.
But you sent her pictures of him looking dead, right? Looking almost dead.
Yeah. When was that?
That's your brother.
Yeah.
That's June 13th, less than a month ago. You sent this picture to her and you said, he's looking like a skeleton. We need to give him more food. But you guys didn't give him more food over the next couple of weeks. You guys gave him less and more punishment and less bread and more bread with hot sauce. That's what really happened. You reached out to her and said, this is scary looking, right? You probably thought, he can barely walk. You sent a picture of his legs, right? You sent this picture of his legs to your mother, right here. You sent this to her. And what'd you say? Something along the lines of, no wonder he can barely stand up or walk. Look at that. And your mother, being smart and intelligent and the smartest woman in the room, she didn't do anything about that. Didn't think about taking him to the doctor. Didn't think about, we have to give him some more food, like seriously now. Instead, what do you think she did? She gave him less and more punishment. Until what? He ends up dead. And what did she tell the police? He was always wearing baggy clothes, so I didn't notice anything until last night. Another just blatant lie. Another blatant lie. If this was all an accident, why would she lie to us? If this was all an accident, why wouldn't she just say, we were having a really hard time with him. I thought he was okay. No, she knows that he looked like this. They looked like this. Look at his face right there. That's not how your brother looked like, is it? No. He didn't look like that. Does that look like, that looks like somebody in a casket that you see at a funeral. That's what that looks like. And it's sick and disgusting. And you sent this picture to her too, didn't you? You sent that to her, didn't you?
Yeah.
You sent that to her on July 5th. Right before the day leading up to him being found dead. Does he look like he's okay right there?
No.
Why'd you send that picture?
I was concerned.
Yeah, once again, you're not the smartest person in the room and you're concerned. Did she do anything about it? No, you know what she said? He's going to sleep in the bath all night tonight. He's sleeping in the bath all night tonight. The smartest woman in the room. He's getting the bathtub all night for punishment. Make sure the shower curtain's away so I can see him. And what happens later on that night? At some point between the time this picture is sent and the time you wake up in the morning, he dies. Because he's alive right here, right?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
He's alive. Did she tell you it's not going to see if he blinks? Or is that a different time?
That was.
Is that this time or a different time? You smack him in the face to see if he's faking it?
I was trying to see what was going on, trying to see if he would even respond, if what was going on with him.
Because to you, not the smartest person in the room, to you, you already know this isn't okay. This is a dying person. This is your brother dying. Ooh, sorry about that. This is your brother, and he's almost dead.
Another thing,
so she
I kept setting him up,
yeah,
and I would come back a little later and I would notice that he actually had moved himself back down. I wasn't sure if it was intentional or if he was trying to clear up his airway, maybe.
But just move it. Well, what is that supposed to mean? Well, he must be okay because he moved a little bit? That's where we're at?
I wasn't
He's
sure.
so far gone that you're like questioning if he moves a little bit, he must be okay. Come on.
I wasn't sure.
Where did that stuff come from? Where did that come from? Didn't your mother send you messages that said, I saw him move? I saw him. Did she send that to you?
Yes.
Then what does that mean to her? That it's fake? Is this fake to you?
No.
Is your brother lying on the floor dead? Is that fake to you?
No.
You know who it didn't matter to at all? You know who I didn't see shed a single tear the whole day I was there? Your mom. Did you see her cry a real tear?
Yes.
I saw a whole bunch of fake. You know what my job is to see? Fake. You know what I saw a whole bunch of? Fake. Because at the end of the day, your brother gone, that's a problem for her that's gone. She never was trying to solve this problem. She was never trying to make him into this perfect person because she's smart enough to know that isn't going to happen. He's never going to be you. He's never going to be Gabriel because he has too many problems. He's not going to be that. She's smart enough to know that. That's how we ended up here. The smartest woman in the room took advantage of you. And she asked you to do these things over and over and over again. And this is the woman you're sitting here saying she cares so much. Does she really though? She asked you to handcuff your brother, pour hot sauce in his mouth. She asked you to pour hot sauce on his penis. Your mother asked you to do those things because she cares so much. She put you in that spot. And now you're right in the middle of an investigation in which your brother died. And this is criminal. This is a crime. Did your brother deserve to die?
No.
Should he be dead right now?
No.
Is he dead by the choices of others?
Yeah.
Who made those choices? Who made the choices for him to be dead right now? Did you make some of those choices?
No.
Who made those choices?
No.
Yeah. She did, didn't she? That's what's real.
I don't know.
Now, did you do some of the things she asked you to do?
Yes.
Absolutely you did.
Because I thought
And does that put
she
you
knew what was best.
Does that put you in the wrong? Doing those things?
Does it?
It does. It puts you in the wrong. It does.
Because
But you thought she knew what was best. You just said I heard you say it.
I thought she knew it. I thought maybe I thought maybe it would somewhere would change.
Because she's smart, right? And she knows what she's talking about. And she loves you all of you. And she cares all about all of you. But when you really step back and you look at yourself and Gabriel and Timothy, we're all three of you treated the same.
No.
Was one of you treated like, who really cares? Who really cares? Punish him, punish him, punish him, punish him. Ice bath, hot sauce, handcuffs, closet. He lived in a closet. You say he spent most of his day in a closet, peeing on himself, pooping on himself, eating only bread, sometimes only with hot sauce on it. It's the hottest hot sauce you can get your hands on. That's life. Probably relieved that he's dead. He's probably relieved because that's torture. He was tortured by you guys for months. Tortured. Why? Because he was different than you guys? Because he couldn't follow directions? Because he couldn't follow your mom's rules? Is that why? He stole food? Is it that big of a deal? Is this food worth killing somebody over?
No.
That's what happened here. Over stealing food and not following rules. You said that your dad's very controlling. You know who was also very controlling? Your mom's controlling you without you even knowing it. That's narcissistic. Your mom controlled you and you had no idea. You thought all this stuff you're doing is for your brother. This is going to be better for my brother. This is what's best for my brother. Those are the things you came here saying. Is that real?
I don't know what is or isn't anymore.
It doesn't seem real to me. It doesn't seem real to me at all. Did you ever hate your brother?
I did.
No.
But every time I would come back, I would apologize. The bruises on him were not me. I know that much. If it was anywhere, it was here. And never, there was a spot here, but that was when he was a child. I think, I'm not sure which parent it was in his crib. It was later while his head was still fresh.
Okay.
And so that scar on the back of his head
that's an old scar.
Very, basically birth.
When was the last time you hit?
Probably the fifth when I was trying to see if he would respond.
Okay. And where was that at?
That was while he was, I think, in the tub.
But where did you hit him at? Like on the side of his face?
Yeah.
Did you ever smack him or what kind of hits?
It was sometimes this, and I think once or twice it wasn't like full force, but it was like to try to see if he would respond.
Did you ever punch him in the head?
No.
Because there's some evidence that somebody hit him in the head pretty hard.
Where? Is his skull? Because I know I would never try to actually injure him at those points.
How did he get that injury in his head? Did you hit him once a little harder than you maybe wanted to? It's okay, man.
Yeah, I remember I kept trying to pick him up after I got him out of the closet, and I think at one point he actually scratched where I pulled away, and he fell in. I think it happened several times, like he was trying to get out of my reach.
Yeah. When was kind of the last time you really hit sidecar or something?
I think I was trying to get him into the bath for the ice bath thing. And he sort of, I thought he squirmed, but maybe it was like something else. I don't know, but he slipped out of my hand and hit his head on the ground. But
what part of his head did he hit?
It wasn't the sides. I don't know the exact region, because by the time I heard the thud, I was literally about to turn around because I had to stop for a moment to breathe. I was frustrated. I never wanted to this.
Okay. But the injury to his head, that's not what killed him, okay?
Okay.
But what killed him was not eating.
He starved.
But when we talk about this injury to his head, I just need to know the truth of what really happened, because what you're telling us doesn't make a lot of sense. What really happened to his head?
Right.
The medical people, there's a medical examiner down to that doesn't what caused it, but that was there. They just noted that. So I'm just curious what really happened.
I don't know.
Was there like a hard punch or something when you were mad at him?
If I ever was smacking over the head, it was with an open palm. I never closed my fist.
Maybe like on this one day when you wouldn't?
No.
There's never one time where you hit him in the head?
No.
With a fist?
I would long to, but I would walk away, because I knew that if I did something like that, I would not only regret it, but if I knew that if something like this had happened, that I'd never even been able to apologize.
Right. So where did he hit his head at? You have to remember. You said it was just a couple days ago. Where did he hit his head at?
I think each time, I'm not sure. I know at one point, I think once it was on the side, another time it was the other side. I'm not sure if there was any in the back, but because
where you hitting his head? Like
normally it was right here for me.
Okay.
Just either side a little.
Every time you were so mad that maybe you lost a little bit and then harder than that, because this is a serious injury.
I wouldn't hurt him. I like that. No, not even if it was on purpose. I wouldn't. If it was accidental that it happened, I don't think I would have even realized at this point until someone probably told me.
Did you ever see your mom hit him?
No. She never raised a hand to him that I know of.
Okay. Did she ever ask you to hit him? Or ask you to punch him physically?
No.
I heard him like this or anything like that?
No.
So what's your best guess on how this injury happened to his head? This is a severe injury, so it's not this. It's not a slap, not even a hard slap.
If it wasn't from hitting his head on the floors, and
what part of that hit the floor? That's what I don't understand.
It might have been the back at one point, but the thing is that when he was on the ground, his head would constantly roll to the side. So if it was
after, how long was it like that? Would roll to the side? After his head, or
barely moments after this he fell.
Okay. Do you think of anything else about this?
I don't know. I just feel like I could have done something. I should have put my foot down at some point. I loved him so much.
What would happen if your mom could put your foot down? What would happen?
I don't know. Maybe something would have been different. Maybe he would still be alive. I promised him before the whole thing with mom and dad that I would protect him, but I failed so hard. I failed.
I'm gonna step out for just a second. Okay. If you need anything, you need to use the restroom and drink water.
Do you have something that I could snack on?
Yeah, I'll try.
I'm with like hypoglycemia problems.
So what type of snack are we talking? Like chips or a little animals? Okay, you need
really anything that's just maybe chips, something with salt.
That is just weird.
Following the conclusion of the questioning with Paul, Shanda received notification that she would be arrested for child abuse. Accompanied by her attorney, she arrived at the Norton Shores Police Department, and the subsequent body cam footage captures the interaction.
Concerned about her 20-year-old son.
Oh, okay.
So that's what that was about. So please, take care of yourself. He's a respectful officer. He's assuring he's going to do a medical screening. I know you got medical problems. You have to take good care of yourself. This is a manageable problem. The law says you're presumed innocent. You know that. Okay? So don't assume the worst, assume the best. Okay? And take care of yourself. I'll be back in touch with you as soon as I can. Okay? I do have to go. I'm heading out of state right now, but I'm back tomorrow. Okay. And as soon as I got more concrete information, I'll come see you. Okay?
Thank you.
Good. Please take care of yourself. You got any property you want me to take possession of? Because you can't keep anything in here.
I've got my ID. I mean,
You should keep that.
Yeah, you should bring that with
my
you.
house keys. Paul doesn't know where another set is.
Pardon?
He doesn't know where another set of keys is.
Okay. Do you want me to give them to Paul?
Yes, please.
Okay. If I take this,
It's just,
Yeah, I can do that.
I'll take them.
Oh.
I'm sure it's okay with
No,
you.
that's fine.
I don't think I didn't bring anything. I was just cold.
You'll be okay.
Try.
Okay. Yeah, I was just gonna take you back.
I'll bring you back here. I'll tell you everything that's going on. Or what I've been instructed to do. All right, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. All right, you're going to be charged with child abuse right now. I believe it's the first or second degree, so it is a felony. So you won't be able to get out of jail until you see the judge, until all the warrant paperwork's down there. Okay, which will probably be tomorrow. All right.
Sorry.
No, I'm the bearer of bad news right now. You know, yeah, it's been a bad couple days.
Past 6 months.
Mm.
I had a stroke 6 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Nope, you're all right. I do have to handcuff you, but I'll do it in the front.
If my blood sugar crashes, I need that.
Are you diabetic?
I'm reactive hypoglycemic.
Okay. You take medication for that?
No. I have a service dog normally, but I didn't bring him.
Yeah.
For good reason.
All right. I can let you have that all the way up until the jail. But the jail won't let you bring in any kind of food or nothing. So if you want to drink it, you can always drink it now.
Just worried I won't keep it to my stuff.
All right.
I haven't been able to keep anything down
Oh,
the last couple of days.
I know I am puking then if you're going to try to drink it.
I can try. We'll see. I don't know.
All right. So I got my handcuffs on you. I'll do it in the front because I know you're not going to give me any problems. But we're going to have to go down there.
Straight.
Pardon?
I don't have the strength to do anything. I wouldn't anyway. Did y'all lose an officer?
But I have to cuff you down.
Did y'all lose somebody?
Yes, a Detroit officer was killed yesterday.
I'm so sorry.
Yep. Come this way. I need I want to see if there's a girl here to check your pockets. You're right. Let's go over and sit down. Relax for a second. Because like I said, I'm the bearer of bad news. I know. Just have a seat for a second. Relax.
Once Shanda was in custody, officers executed another search warrant on the Vander Ark home, revealing disturbing items such as zip ties, Elijah's extreme regret hot sauce, soiled adult diapers, and various alarm and camera systems. 2 days after Timothy's death, an autopsy painted a harrowing picture. At 5 feet 9 inches tall, he weighed a mere 69 pounds, with bones protruding from his skin and contusions and sores scattered across his body. Dark spots on internal organs hinted at hypothermia. Armed with the forensic report, officers, in consultation with the prosecutor's office, charged Shanda with homicide and first-degree child abuse. Simultaneously, her son Paul faced charges of first-degree child abuse. As officers built their case, interviews with Shanda's acquaintances painted a troubling portrait. A coworker revealed Shanda's neglect of work responsibilities, focusing instead on monitoring her children through a home surveillance system. Reports from Shanda's law school classmate described her as mean and a bully, while a family member of Paul's characterized him as a relentless tormentor of Timothy, seemingly without coercion. In December 2023, Shanda took the stand in her own trial. Shown images of her emaciated son, she promptly vomited during the televised proceedings. As part of a plea deal, Paul testified against his mother, contributing to her guilty verdict of first-degree murder and child abuse, carrying a mandatory life sentence without parole. Meanwhile, Paul pleaded guilty to first-degree child abuse, awaiting his sentence on January 29, 2024. It's challenging to find words strong enough to express our...
So they were her attorney that was representing her. You know, that panic attack might have been real, y'all, because the shit had hit the fan in. Like, that panic attack was probably real. I gotta go to jail. And you know, she said that. So for everybody that does not know, she did recently testify Friday, and she stated that she did not actually puke, right? She said she was dry heaving, whatever that means. So she didn't. I don't know what that means. Yeah, you can see. I mean, she just so like people like her. Like I just don't know what to do with that. Like this is the type of evil that you can't make up. And sadly for Paul, y'all, I don't know how he got wrapped up in this. And well, I know how he got wrapped up in it, but I kind of feel sad for him because this came from nothing but her. Because I don't even understand how he thought that could be okay. And I don't even know what she was thinking. How was she thinking that she was going to starve this little boy? He wasn't going to be able to eat, but he was going to be able to survive. It don't work like that. Nope. Claire, she surely didn't talk about she was dry heaving. I don't know what that means. I don't even know what dry heaving is, but whatever. Yeah. He definitely is. Right? That's why he got on the stage. He was like, I don't know what to tell her. He was like, I couldn't even get an expert to testify because they said she was a monster, which she is. Oh, man. This lady here. But just hearing him in the interrogation, because I couldn't remember. I did watch the trial. I don't remember how he was at the trial, but just hearing him in there, like he seemed like he's so doggone brainwashed. It's ridiculous. He really seemed like he is brainwashed to me. And I know that I did see like some of her little jail calls and stuff, but y'all, she I did see some of her jail calls and stuff. It was so funny because I was like, who would even want to talk to her? Like, who would want to talk to her? And it looks like the people that would want to talk to her is her lawyer friend. So she had a lawyer friend and she would put the stuff on her books and stuff. Oh, this will be pure enjoyment. I ain't seen this one either. I'm gonna show this real quick.
I haven't been able to keep anything down since yesterday.
She's had a rough 2 days.
Okay.
Her 15-year-old son died yesterday, and she's charged with child abuse.
Okay.
So she has a lot of medical problems, but she really doesn't take any medication. But she does need
any mental health issues at all?
Yeah.
ADHD,
OCD, and sensory.
just means she's putting one spot over and over.
Is this all self-diagnosed? Did anybody officially diagnose her?
No. This is all her. This is all her bullshit. She's not taking any medication. She's not under a doctor. What she creates to try to
She says allergy-induced asthma, so she can't wear masks.
I had a doctor's note. I didn't bring it with me. I didn't know.
I hate to tell you this is not school. Dr. Nelson, nowhere we have our own doctor.
I hate to tell you this, but this is not school. Dr.
That is too funny.
With me. I didn't know.
I hate to.
Oh my gosh. Did she say she had a doctor's note? OMG. Hey, I'm getting arrested, but I got my doctor's note about my allergy pills and what medication I need. So the lady, like the officer, like, this is not school. Girl, bye. If you don't go, shut up. Spread your legs.
I hate to tell you this. I love it.
Control leaving her body, and now she has.
Here we go again.
So she can't wear masks?
I had a doctor's note. I didn't bring it with me. I didn't know.
I hate to tell you this. This is not school. Dr. knows do not work. We have our own doctors, and we'll deal with you on that.
And then she does have asthma, so
To buy that woman a dinner.
albuterol as an emergency, you know.
Do you have a prescription for albuterol? You can place your hands up there. It's gonna be harmless. Spread your legs.
Oh, y'all see, they even got the handprint.
Like, put your hands up there and spread your
Holy
legs.
moly.
Yeah, just like the hands. There you go. Yeah, there's pictures on the wall for you, my dear.
I'm not.
That's all right. You've never done this before, so.
Oh man, that's like total violation.
You see that look?
I cannot.
The wall for you, my dear.
I'm not.
That's all right. You've never done this before, so.
Oh gosh. Talk about hands up in the air and waving like you just don't care. We got the pictures up here. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Truckee said, shit, I've been a member for 8 months since the start of the start. That cop ain't playing. Love you mofos. And Sweet Pea. You say, show that face again. Oh, gosh. She like, that is fun, T. And cop said, this is not school. We don't care nothing about no prescriptions or doctor's note or whatever you got. Put your hands on the wall. Put your hands on the wall.
Bring it with me. I didn't know.
I hate to tell you, doctors, and we'll deal with you.
And she does have asthma, so.
To buy that woman a dinner.
Albuterol as an emergency, you know.
Do you have a prescription for albuterol?
So y'all think that, because I noticed that these two braids for the hairstyle, that was not something that she was wearing. Do y'all think that she started wearing that that hairstyle to like portray like she a little kid or something? I mean, because she like 47 years old. Definitely orange is the new black. Wow. Yeah, I've never seen that video. Let me see. What else they got in here? Yeah, and this is one friend that she keep calling that was like her law school buddy. And you know, she be calling and be like, what's going on with my books? What we doing here? She got a lot of nerve be calling somebody. What's this? That is so weird. Yeah, she looks sick. She looks sick now. And rightfully so. She need to be sick. I was trying to see if there was any more videos in this playlist that were worth taking a look at. Oh, he didn't give the membership. Shout out to Film Free. He said he gonna turn somebody green. Who he turned green? Let me see. Oh, Nanny came in and got that membership. That is what's up. Shout out to you, Film. Thank you so much. Awesome. Welcome to the game. So tomorrow, just so you guys know for our schedule, I knew this was gonna be short and sweet. For our schedule tomorrow, guys, we have closing arguments in our fatal friendship murder trial. That will start probably about 8:30, 9 o'clock Pacific time zone. I think that's where it is. So we have our fatal friendship murder trial. We're going into closing arguments, and then we'll be into verdict watch. We will not be going to Hawaii tomorrow, just so you guys know. And we are going to go into opening statements for the Kelsey case. And just so y'all know, with the Kelsey one, it is a bench trial. So no jury. She got the judge to grant her a bench trial. So we'll look at her bench trial. Thank you. No problem. Thank you for being a member, for your continuous support. Even though I know it was longer, you've been here longer than that. So we will we will go into that trial in the morning. I'm trying to see what time it's gonna start, and I'll put out the thumbnail. So make sure that you have your notification bell on. It's in Massachusetts, so it will probably start our time here. They are 3 hours ahead of us. So I'm thinking it's gonna be an early stream. I'm thinking we're gonna be starting, like, if y'all want to catch opening statements for all my West Coast folks, those opening statements probably gonna start about 6 or 7. I can't imagine them starting any later. Because if it starts at 6, then that's 9 o'clock East Coast time. If it starts at 7, that's 10 o'clock East Coast time. Yeah, because Massachusetts, I'm almost sure Massachusetts is East Coast, right? Let me see. Yeah, they 3 hours. Hey, real happy. Yeah, so yeah, it's 5:43 there. So tomorrow morning, yeah, I'm assuming that they're probably gonna start their court about 9 or 10. So that's either gonna be 6 or 7 for us West Coast people. You said 21:43. Yeah, it's late there. You saying Sweden? Yeah, we missing SD with the world clock. She usually had a world clock on and popping for us. Cause I have no clue. I have a hard enough time trying to figure out these time zones here. Like, woof. I tell you. Yeah, so I don't see like you know how Court TV or Law and Crime, they have their alert out. I don't see it yet. Yeah, I don't see it just yet. That's why I don't know what time it's gonna start. At least I haven't seen it just yet, but I'll keep looking on here to see if I can find it so we can make sure that we are on time for court so we can see opening statements on time. So I'll just kind of keep popping up and popping in here. And then that way I can send out the notification to everybody. Let me see. Okay, cool. Okay. Well, I just wanted to. Okay. Okay. You in the same time. That look like almost the same. 21:43. Oh, wow. So you are an hour ahead of Ireland. Okay. And then Merelda is 2 hours ahead of Ireland and an hour ahead of Sweden. I don't know. I don't know. I had to put a list up there. You know, the one good thing about it with YouTube, if you hit your notification button, it'll convert the time to your time. Okay, Ireland is 4 hours ahead of East Coast time. Oh my goodness. Wow, I tell you. All I can tell you to be my best guess, just put your notification bill on. YouTube do convert the times because even on mine, like for the West Coast, when I have to get on there and I have to do for the East Coast, I hit the notification bill, it'll notify me in my time because I have no clue. Let me check one more time and see if it's up there because I didn't see it earlier yet because I'm trying to see what channel we'll watch it on. It's interesting that it's going to be a bench trial. That's probably best for her. That's almost probably a win right there. Yeah, no, I don't see what time it's supposed to happen. But that's okay. I'll keep an eye out on it. Sometimes they send it out later. Yeah, they may send it out a little later. For our alert so we can be together. Yeah, I don't see it at all. And I went to the main website. Yeah, look like a lot of people got their alerts set for like 6 o'clock in the morning, from what I could tell. Yeah, it looked like 6 o'clock in the morning. So 6 o'clock in the morning, West Coast time. Yeah, so it looked like 6 o'clock West Coast time. So I guess that's 9 o'clock East Coast time. So if y'all do it by East Coast, that's 9 o'clock East Coast time. Okay. All right. Well, we have a plan. Well, I want to thank y'all for coming and spending some of your Sunday fun day with me and watching that interrogation video of Scallywag Sandra and her son Paul. Now I'm kind of like bringing pieces and parts together. I'm not sure if there's anything else that we need to kind of look at. I don't know when the judge is expected to make his decision, but as soon as I find out some information, I would definitely let you guys know. So that way we'll know. You say you think it's about 2 or 3 for you? No, it is. Oh, yeah, it will be. It will be. You're right. Yeah, it'll probably be your afternoon. Yep, you're right. You are absolutely right. And for those that like to go to the after party, and after the party, you know, there's the hotel lobby and, you know, all that stuff. I am going to drop the Discord link for anybody that wants to sign up. Remember, there is no charge for the Discord, and that's where everybody can kind of connect with each other without phone numbers or apps well, you got to have an app, but without phone numbers. I don't think you have to use your email. We can watch movies on there. We can do all types of stuff on there, and you can still chitty chat with everybody at different points in time. So anybody that's interested in signing up, here is the link again for the Discord. We are building a nice little community over there. We got some games over there. Wordy. What else game? We got Sudoku. Yep. I don't know what other games we can have on here, but yeah, It's already out, Pretty Brown. Yeah, if you want to schedule it, we can schedule it for on a weekend to watch it all together and chat. I see you didn't put your Sweet Peas Bake Shop in there. That's too cute. Yeah, well, we can schedule it in Discord. Maybe we'll put out a poll and see which day everybody want to do it, and we can hop on, or one of these evenings, either or, and we can watch it. Although I'm sick of Corey, I'll watch it with you guys. I'm so over her. I'm so glad that trial over with. I don't even know what to do. Her and all her smirks. All right, guys, I'm gonna put on our outro song. I thank you guys. Thank you to the mods. Thank you to the chat. Thank you to all the new members. Anybody that's on replay. Thank you for the replay team. Y'all know I love the replay team. I surely appreciate it. Leave a comment, drop a note. Make sure you got your notification bell on. And I am going to play our outro song. And guys, I will see you in the AM. We're going to have an early morning tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
When Sweet Pea taps in, you know the courtroom lights go bright. Trials running long, but the family's here every night. Mods on patrol, chat is showing out. This little YouTube corner's what community's about. Therapist you know, steady holding down the floor. Behind the scenes magician, keeping peace like never before. A banner king, a rule keeper too. Every channel dreams of a mom like you. Jason walks in and the ladies lose control. Down to earth king with the warmest soul. Film freaks, kindness, man, it's always on display. Fair and sweet and cheering folks along the way. And Marilia from SA keeps the laughter rolling free. Joking, shining, keeping spirits where they need to be. We're a family in the chat, side by side through every trial. Sweet Pea leads the way with that fire and that smile. We debate, we laugh, we lift each other higher. This quorum crew is everything we admire. Yeah, no matter what the case so far, we're forever taking to trial. Take it to trial. Pretty brown girl should tell you what's true. Sharp as a gavel, funniest in the room. Dr. Rachel pops in while she's busy running lines. Speaks her mind every time, cuts through like a knife. And Paula brings the energy, jokes flying fast. Helping Sweet Pea backstage, making every stream last. And Zach's trolling, causing chaos just for fun. The resident cheater, but we love him, everyone. Here comes Maddie, handsome, quick with the line. A comedy sniper with the perfect timing. And Lynn with the updates, always loyal, always tuned. If true crime news drops, he brings it to the room. We're a family in the chat, side by side through every trial. Sweet Pea leads the way with that fire and that smile. We debate, we laugh, we lift each other higher. This coral crew is everything we admire. Yeah, no matter what the case so far, we're forever taking to trial. Take it to trial. Shamrock keeps us trending, replay queen. Holding down the algorithm like a machine. SD's razor sharp, loyal through and through. And yeah, she adores chasing nothing new. Drunky the bear with the white claws, way managing volunteers like she runs the whole land. Cynthia brings inside what takes sharp and steady. Donna keeps it real, 911 and always ready. Tilly Bird's the fat queen, receipts on tap. Easy's new, but she blends right into the pack. Tennessee, hard live, try support her with pride. Melly shows up a family for cooking for his dog. A steady carrying presence through the courtroom fog. And Brooklyn in the house, always bringing that spark. Lighting up the chat like a shout in the dark. Baka loves her gram, speaks truth when it's time. Micrograms with metaphors straight up sublime. Barbara biggest supporter, heart kind of vast. Looking for missing kids, hope to truly last. Only fan from Singapore, flag name but sweet. Still shows up with love every time he takes a seat. And even the part-timers keep this place alive. Curvio, Irish Amy, Capri Law, Hellcat, our tribe. nods and chatters, yeah, this love is something rare. A courtroom crew with hearts beyond compare. No matter what the case or file, we're forever taken to trial. Couldn't ask for more.
Y'all enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I will see you tomorrow for our Magical Monday. Peace.